What's going on, y'all? Let me see. I'm trying to see if y'all hearing me through the let me see, audio. Let me see if y'all hear default mic. No, let me go over here and go to this guy right here. Y'all tell me which one sound more better. Cause I ain't particular. Let me put it up close to my mouth and talk sensual and talk to y'all like this right here. Does it make a difference, ladies and gentlemen, or is it the same quality of audio? Do I sound NPR-ish or do I sound provocative, ladies and gentlemen? Just let me know. Shit. What's going on, y'all? Um, good times, good times, good times. Let a few more people come off in here real quick, fire. I don't know what it look like for y'all. I don't know if it's glitchy. Let me look at myself on the. What's going on, Jared? So Yini, what's up, family? Uh, Miss Native Cherokee. I say good day, young lady. Two Flow Gardens. What's going on? The winning Walker Christina. Girl, y'all better look, all of y'all better get in here and enjoy y'allself, family. I damn near forgot how to share when I went to look for it. Share me out if you feel like it. If not, fuck it. It is what it is. Tamika Wells, what's going on, girl? Welcome in, family. Let me go over here and see what this shit look like. See if it's buffering or if it's man, it ain't showing me. I'm on my own. Whatchamacallit. And it's still I can't see myself. Hold on, you. I don't know why I can't see myself. I see myself on the screen right here, but I don't know what it look like for y'all. I'm trying to see if I can see myself. If I look as handsome as I think I do in my head. Country dreaming, home. Boy, y'all shit changed too much. My goodness. See him. Okay, there we go. Finally. Damn. Jesus. All right. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. All right. All right. Let me click on me. All right. That's cool. A little grainy. Look a little grainy. But it's all good. I'll take it. Still freezing up a little bit. But whatever. Y'all don't be messing with my tape on my case, man. Look, duct tape will fix anything. You just give it enough time. Just stick with it. Believe it. If you believe in duct tape will believe in you. Where can I set you at? I'm gonna set you right yonder. Okay. All right. I'm gonna set you right there. There we go. Still a little grainy, but you work with what you got, fam. Who else done come off in here? Unbiased LLC family. If anybody, it's events happening, y'all. It's events going on. Um, welcome in. Come talk to us, especially about the goings ons of certain events this weekend here, and so on and so forth. What's up, She is Sunshine? Been a while since I got to mess with you. Similac. Girl, shit, I would, child. When you was in kindergarten, I was probably working at the plant. But welcome in, and my sister Unbiased LLC, Ohio Valley Prepping, Mary Grow with me. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank y'all for being over here. Thank y'all for coming. Good Eats Homestead. What's going on, family? I heard a dumbass conversation. I've been hearing dumbass conversations, so I decided to share the ignorance with y'all on purpose, very deliberately. Oh, by the way, can y'all hear me good? Is this mic hidden for what it's hidden for? I want to say thank you, Sweet Pea. I gotta use it more often over here on the TikTok machine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hold on. Let me LL Cool J that shit lick my lips a little bit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Samara, girl, you better get your ass in here and enjoy yourself. You better get your. Thank you. See, Jay the Motivator, that's what I was looking for, bro. That quiet storm action. By the way, you just dropped the video, my brother. Everybody check that out. Check that out when you get a chance to that boy done got him got that compound bow. I ain't even watched it yet. I'm just gassing him up. I ain't even watched it yet. I don't know if you got yours set for between 75 pounds, 70 pounds, 80 pounds. But speaking of bows and Jay the Motivator with his video he just dropped, I ain't even made now yet, boy. You ahead of me. This for all my people from Oklahoma. If you get it, you get it. Some of you could be from Lawton, Oklahoma, and some of y'all could be from I mean, I know that's kind of like dad joking and shit, but if you get it, you get it. You could be from Lawton or Tulsa, Oklahoma, or you could be from I love dad jokes. The older I get, even though I ain't nobody dad, the better I feel about them motherfuckers. I love them. They funny as shit to me. Who got it? Somebody, Christina. I would take two answers. It could be broken bow or either one would have worked. So yay, ding 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 ding. Goes out to Christina is the winner, ladies and gentlemen. Before I get too deep into this dumbass conversation I'm finna have, well, not that it's done. I just found out myself. What's going on, Jason? Welcome in. I just found out over the past week or so myself that all colored folk need to what's going on? The king. Okay. The king on we know each other? Okay. Uh damn, what was I finna say? Yeah, I just found out that all color folk need to lead us out. I don't know, but you might want to tell me before your ass get blocked. Bippity boppity. Bitty. Okay, I think I know. Stick around. I think I got you. I think I got you. Good Eats Homestead. Boy, it's some of y'all I ain't seen in so long. If y'all don't get y'all ass in here and enjoy yourself, I don't know what I'm gonna do with you. I really don't. And I got my peoples coming in showing love. And I ain't even say shit. Let's see, man. Hashtag look at God. Happy Mac. What's going on, family? Hey, Shanna. What's going on, y'all? What's good? What's up with it? Jason, everybody. Thank y'all for being here. Don't hurt the harvest. What's going on, y'all? What's good? What's good? Hercules. Yeah. I will. I'm gonna tell April y'all said, hey, I gotta drop a link. Let me drop a link in case my sister unbiased or anybody else want to come up and say something, give some details about anything before we get to hold on, goddamn, paste, hold on. Invite. Go right smell. And after you go right smell, it'll give you that right smell. And after that, you come over here, and then you come up here. Any of y'all who been rocking long enough, y'all hate how long it take me to do that. I know everybody ain't tech department. Everybody ain't April. Country, I am curious why you saying I need to run back to winter. To what? She is sunshine. Fuck you talking about, girl. Run back to I must have missed something. I love you anyway though. Miss Native Cherokee say I was just telling my hubby yesterday I haven't heard from you in forever. Oh, see? Look at that. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about, Miss Native Cherokee. What here I'm is. Here I'm is. Here I'm is. Astor Team 85. Welcome in. Welcome in. Man, Frugal Mama, what's going on? It have been a minute. It have been a minute. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, I got you. Yeah, because you from up north. That's right. I got okay. Now I get it. Now I get it. I got you. You know what? That's gonna make a perfect example here in a couple of minutes. Cause I'm wondering what the hell. Perfect example. Perfect. Thank you, Shia Sunshine. You reminded me of something. I'm gonna bring you up here in a minute. My goodness, look at y'all. Happy Mac. Don't hurt the harvest. April showers. What's going on, family? Hey, mama, my Renaissance grandma. Welcome in. You better get in here and enjoy yourself, young lady. Good to see you, mama, along with everybody else. April showers. What's going on? April showers, you've been bringing a bunch of Mayflowers, girl. Yes, you have, because it's been raining all over the country because of you. Official J Mill. Y'all, I'm telling you, 27 months. 27 months. That's a man. Let me put that on. Hold on. Can't do nothing but be humble. Honestly. Can't do nothing but be humble. For real. Or at least me. I don't get in grown folk business. So I don't make folk do nothing they ain't gotta do. Ohio Valley Prepping said just spent 4 days at Vision preparing the bug out weekend. It was a blast. By the way, he ain't in here. I ain't seen him. Didn't nobody know I was coming on over here except maybe the missus. Shout out to Vision Preparedness on a very, very successful bug out weekend. 4 days of learning and teaching and showing and sharing and getting to know one another and fireside chats and all kinds of cool, good learning and living and loving and sharing and if nothing else, and most importantly, utilizing and practicing your preps. That's worth its weight in gold right there. That's priceless. Okay, just people speaking. Randy say what up though. Hey, you tell Randy to get his hand out from up there, boy. You tell Randy to stop it. You tell Randy to get his hand out from up there. Be rich. Man, what's going on, bro? You gonna make me be rich if y'all keep doing that right there. I appreciate you, family. Thank you, Be Rich. Much love. Much love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And came in here, this man done hit me with a 5 spot. And I sure appreciate it. Mona, what's going? I'm sorry. Excuse me. Sifting some soil and mow. Hey, Mona. Damn it, I gotta do it. If you know, you know. Look, the only thing y'all can do for me, unless you want to do what Be Rich did, which I ain't asked for. I ain't asked for it. But you can make me, you can, or you could just share the live out for me over here on your YouTube machine. But since Mona in here, I'm sorry, sifting some soil in here, I gotta. Here we are face to face with the memories that can't be erased. I ain't even gonna finish it out because then I get. I can't sing the whole thing, but that's for Monica right there. Even though it's really Mona and even though it's really sifting some soil. But if you know, you know. If you wasn't around back then that between you and Jesus. LT, what's going on? Nicole Reeves, what's going on, family? Unbiased, you ain't up here yet. Well, only if you want to, whenever you get ready. Now, earlier, later in the show, during the show, just anything you might folk might want to tell anybody about anything that's going on. Candace B, what's going on? Who is that? Steam Heaven, what's going on? Steam Heaven said, what state should I move to? Shit, I the one you at right now sound good to me, honestly. The one you in, pink hibiscus. Pink hibiscus. What's going on? Oh, okay. Too easy. Gotcha. Yeah. No worries. Be happy. Swoop. Swoop. What's going on, family? Yes, in Dizzle. Growing with Hudson. What? See, I see y'all, boy. Y'all trying to. I got you, fam. I got you, fam. Y'all trying to slide up in here deep, man. Y'all trying to slide up in here deep. Okay, now that we done got to the bottom of it, of the chat so far, let me drop this link again for anybody else who want to come up after I have reiterated this point of conversation. Now, the reason I'm even bothering to talk to y'all to bring this up, for one, between I don't want to discredit nobody's sentiments or emotions, and people feel different shit for different reasons, right? So I ain't trying to discredit how nobody feel. Some shit just sound dumb to me. Even if I get why people feel the way they feel, it's like, damn, nigga, that's the route you took to get. Look, long as you got there, that's between you and whatever deity you worship, right? But having personal first-hand experience, what's going on, Miss Suni? Regardless of whatever side of the political aisle you live on, this ain't the first administration that I done lived through. So since this ain't the first administration that I didn't like or felt was dangerous or wrong or whatever, life goes on. I told people a million times, when we first moved to Africa, we didn't move to Africa to run from shit, from nothing, from nobody. We moved because I had just lost my mama and my brother inside of 8 months of one another. All we did was work like two ships passing in the night. We wanted to change the scenery, change of life. Now, what's starting to happen again is people are back on, which I understand, really, really thinking about leaving the country, moving, whatever. If you're thinking about taking your ass outside the United States, don't ask somebody like me what I really think unless you really want my honest opinion. I'm going to say that one more time for the people in the back. I know America ain't perfect. I know it's shit going on right now. But at the same time, if you don't really want my opinion, don't ask me for it about leaving the country. Especially if you ain't never lived outside your home state. Especially if you ain't never lived on the other side of town and you want to jump, hop, skip your ass up and move to Trinidad and Tobago or whatever part of Africa or London or wherever is tickling your fancy. Don't ask me if you don't want my opinion, because shit ain't always sweet. It comes with a hell of a lot more than people think living in another country on another side of the world. That's just my opinion. Now, with that being said, again, the link is somewhere in the chat. I'm gonna play two shits for you, but I'm gonna start with one shit and then I'm gonna play the other shits after that. Hold on. I'm gonna start with this. This is something that's starting to trend on not only other social media platforms, but this one here, on this one here as well. I'm not gonna tell this young lady or nobody else how not to feel whatever they feeling. I can respectfully disagree, which I do, but let's listen at this. And then we're gonna talk about it on the other side, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all let me know if the audio okay and y'all can hear it.
It's time to leave the South. Successful and educated Black women, I think it's time to leave the South. And I'm not even talking about for safety purposes, but y'all, they are starting to come for the kids. And so, yes, before you have to claw somebody's eyes out or you have to spend 30 years in prison, yes, you definitely want to be making your way to the North. I keep telling you, the racist is ungrateful, right? You need to take your education, your skills, and your skilled children, right? And you need to be making your way to these northern states where your talents and your skills and your education will be of appreciation. That's my message. Start working your way to the North. I know you're from the South, y'all, and you can bring the South with you. Bring it with you. But bring yourself to the South with your education, your skills, and your success. Leave these states alone. Let them rot in them states, honey. I'm telling you, my family from Arkansas, I came from Arkansas, okay? Ain't nothing there. Listen, ain't nothing there. Successful, and this is not even just Black women, right? This is for all women and all people, Start taking y'all skills and pull them from these states, right? Because I keep telling you, the racist is ungrateful. The racist has these ideas of superiority and grandeur that they do not possess. And so what you need to do is pluck, start plucking. Oh, you guys use all these systems. Yeah, you're right. That's why I'm going with my master's degree. So you figure out what you're going to do. Go replace me. Have somebody replace me that didn't even go to college or don't have my skills. Find a replacement for me. Because some of y'all got skills so specialized, you're irreplaceable. Pull your skills from there. Pull your kids from these colleges where they're bringing their talents and they still on there, making monkey sounds. Pull your kids. Pull them. And make your way to the North where you'll actually be appreciated. That's my message for you. Y'all, it's time to lead us out.
That's some of the dumbest shit I've heard in my entire motherfucking life, man. To me, personally. Again, while still respecting the sentiment behind it, but it's shit like that gave credence to some of the old folks in my life that would call other people educated fools. Some of y'all old enough that some of y'all might even be a southerner or three in this bit. And I heard somebody call somebody else an educated fool. Cause I noticed sis she kept bringing up her level of education and her master's degree and shit. I don't know what your primary course of study was, but it couldn't have been sociology. It couldn't have been African American studies. It could not have been, hell, I'm even say an MBA. It couldn't have been. You know what? Before I get into the next shit, so talk about anything. Y'all, I'm dropping this link again. I'm gonna drop it 2 or 3 or 4 times. If anybody is comfortable with coming up, and you happen to be a non-southerner, if you from the North, uh, Ohio, New York, Chicago, uh, Delaware, Maine, Rhode Island, is there racism in the North, or is that just rumor? Is that just what folks say from time to time, allegedly? Because I remember a case a while back, the whole Eric Garner situation. I don't think that shit was in Texas. I don't think it was in Louisiana. I don't think it was in Mississippi or Alabama. Look, the reason I'm having this live is because, like y'all finding, I just found out all black folks need to leave the motherfucking South ASAP because it's racist down here. I see you back there, baby. Now, this young lady, well, I'm gonna leave it for her to say whether she actually from, one of them states that start with an O or not. We ain't gonna dwell on what, all that shit. But here go my friend, my sister. Get your ass up here, girl.
Hey, y'all.
What's going on, family?
Hey, it's going. It's going.
That's
And
good.
it's crazy for that young lady to come out here and talk like that because she ain't never been nowhere. Because there's racism everywhere. It's not just in the South.
Right.
You know, you got people, and it's not racism just on one side. Everybody got some racism in them in some sort. So what they need to do is filter out what kind of racism that they have. Instead of disliking somebody for their color, they need to dislike people for their actions.
Right. Right.
You got good and bad. You know what I'm saying? That's
Absolutely.
where I come from. Good and bad. I ain't racist as far as not in my vocabulary. But let me tell you, I'm from Ohio and I live in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the racism is like here is in the open in the South. They let you know, they got signs up telling you don't let the sun catch you in your tail.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
In the North, they all up in your face and you don't even know.
Right.
So what would you rather have? To be out in the open and knowing that they don't like you, or is somebody skinning and grinning in your face and don't like you at all?
Exactly. You know, one of the craziest things about it, Mona. By the way, I can tell, I see it. Thank y'all for sharing the live out. I appreciate it. You know, one of the craziest parts about it is I believe that she believes what she's saying. And the fact that she's not the only one and she out here encouraging other folks, which is her right to do, that's her business. But damn it, man, for you to exclude all the history of this country as a whole, I get it. And I know why. The South has always had a worse rap or a bad rap when it comes to race relations. I'm not being ignorant to that fact. I'm just saying it's almost like you making it this promised land. If we all just leave here and take our ass up north, then that's the promised land. Things gonna be perfect. Things gonna be better. Things gonna be this, gonna be that. It sounds to me, as somebody who done actually lived it and lived through it, it sounds like the same way some people get online and start online accounts or movements and shit, trying to get people to leave America. We should, hell, we lived over there, and I've never agreed with the idea that all black folks should just up and pick it. Nigga, for what?
Don't do that. What they need to do is come together. If they not teaching their children what they want their children to know, why don't they get up and teach their children themselves?
That part. So look, even I don't even, Mona, you a little deeper with it than me. I don't even say what they need to do, because fuck them. No, you good. You entitled to feel that way. I just don't, because I don't get in grown folk business. But it's almost like when folk be uploading videos and shit. Did you sit back and fold your arms and hear the shit you said before you hit upload? Because I can't see how any rational woman, young or old, young woman, this woman look like she in her mid-20s. She talking about her master's degree and shit. But you know, you gave no connotation to the fact that different parts, all parts of America at one point or another have been racist. I don't, and you from, Mona, you from up north, and I agree with you 1,000%. One of the biggest differences is the blatantness and openness of it. Up in other parts of the country, they smile in your face. They'll even shake your hand and invite you to a baseball game or some shit.
Yeah.
And in your ass.
Yeah. Looking at y'all, you got other folks looking at y'all crazy and carrying on and whispering and like, dude, really?
Yep.
But somebody said they bold with it in Ohio now. Yeah, they coming out. You know, your boy had everybody start coming out, making America great again. Okay, when was it great?
That's a question. Hold on. What Sunshine said? There was a migration to the Northeast back. Oh, well, yeah. Back, between, actually it was really like two of them, but for the reason, and now people move back to the South. and people move again. People move. Exactly.
I'm in the South because I like the weather.
Me too, Mona. It's hot as hell and muggy right now, but damn it, I love it anyway.
Okay. I like the weather. I like not having snow in the wintertime. I like being able to go outside on Christmas and New Year's with a t-shirt and some shorts on with my flip-flops. I don't want to be fighting no snow that's all the way up to my knees.
I know that's right. I done lived through that too, and it's a pain in the ass. Growing with Hudson said, I don't want it in my face the way my patients work. Well, see, look, Hudson, I get that, my sister, but honestly, I prefer it in my face because if it's in my face, I can defend against it. If you skinning and grinning and shit, that's how you put the knives in the back. That's how you catch them knives in the back. I would rather know how you really feel about me, and I can let you know how I really feel about you. And we both leave each other alone.
That part. Yeah. I'll stay out your way and you stay out of mine. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
If you don't like me because look, like me for some other reason. Don't like me because I done something to you. But I know I'm a good person. I have a big heart. So who don't like me?
Right. Exactly.
And I grew up in a mixed area, and my friends' family was racist. But to a certain extent, because they liked me. They took me in as part of their family. But, so I learned that there's good and bad. It's not the color. It's not white and black. It's good and bad. You're going to dislike somebody because they're bad. They're into things that you're not into that's, not good, healthy for anybody. Now that's when, okay, I can see that.
For sure. Absolutely. And my biggest,
pray for discernment. You will know who is who.
I'm not completely disagreeing. She is sunshine. Hell, discernment for me. Discernment and common sense, kind of like this right here. They all mixed up and intertwined. You watch how people move. What's going on, Teresa? Welcome in. Thank you for being here. I see everybody but Vision. Shit. I didn't tell nobody I was popping up over here. But one of the things that I'm not saying it's personal, but the reason I feel the way about it is because whenever I see somebody, now true enough, it's on the listener to take heed to this shit, but it does something to me whenever I hear anybody, man, woman, whoever, black, white, whoever, saying, you know what, we should all move to such and such. I saw people stranded in Africa. I saw people who really didn't mentally process the gravity of the move they was making. Everything was emotional. Everything was just feelings. The logistics out the window, the expectations out the window, and while moving to another continent ain't as extreme as encouraging a bunch of people to move up north. And what the fuck is up north? You didn't name a specific city. You didn't name a specific state. You didn't name a neighborhood, a region, the best school districts, the jobs, none of that shit. You just said up north. The fuck is that? That could be anywhere from Ohio to Delaware or to Rhode Island. It's just silly, man. It's dumb to me.
She ain't done no research.
I don't understand.
She ain't done no research. She just talking. Maybe she was, bringing it out. Hey, Fugle Mama. She probably was just doing that for some clicks.
No, Mona. No. She's serious about this. Ain't her only video. And she's not the only one. That's a growing. That's a matter of fact.
That's a growing trend.
That's a growing trend. which is one of the reasons I'm talking about it, because the shit can be dangerous, in my opinion, or it could be extremely misleading at worst. Check this out. I'm gonna play this, and I love how this brother addressed it, because this is another part of this overall whole conversation that's starting to grow amongst people, certain people.
Poverty in the South is 10 times worse than poverty.
I'm gonna start this shit over. Now, mind you, this is a whole different woman saying this shit. This is a whole different woman saying this shit, but it's all coming from the same thought process, the same genre of people, and it's spreading like wildfire. This too, ladies and gentlemen, to me, is one of the dumbest shits I've heard. That's just me. If you put it out, somebody could do it, could be recording this live right now and say, that damn country, that's the dumbest live I've ever seen. Fuck it. That's how you feel, bro.
Right.
Or sis,
Right.
You entitled to it. But let me play this right here. And I love the way that this other brother addressed it.
Y'all, poverty in the South is 10 times worse than poverty being from up north.
I'm gonna argue with you, because I'm a Mississippi boy that moved to Chicago at about the 4th grade. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know I was poor when I was in the South. And I never had to feed and eat. I was a fat, poor kid. We had fish and gar and brim and perch from the Mississippi River and the surrounding lakes, and all kind of vegetables and plum trees and orange trees and apple trees grew wild. We ate good. It was good. Then I moved up north, and I found out that, oh wow, I'm poor. I also found out that there's a difference between a ghetto and a slum. You remember that song Tupac had, Brenda's got a baby, Brenda threw a baby in a trash can? That's a product of poverty in the city. That's what that is. In the South, you don't hear about babies getting neglected, thrown in the trash can. It's kind of like somebody gonna step up. Up north, you are in the cold. Nobody cares. In the South, you're gonna eat at school. Up north, you can be 7 years old in the 1st grade and you ain't going to school and nobody calling and nobody cares. Up north, you got third grade dropouts. Ain't nobody calling. Real talk. When it's bad, it's bad. Them are milk carton kids up north. When you poor, them all the kids that end up on milk cartons. A lot of them kids end up in the Cookie Monster trash can or like off to the ground. Real talk. It's a difference. The conditions different. But I would have to firmly say, if I was poor, I would rather be poor in the South than poor up north.
Poverty in the South.
I'm gonna land that right there. From my travels and the family I got up there and the different folks I know, I just agree with him. It's stuff everywhere.
It's the same. Ain't nothing no different in one place or the other. You have people that's poor everywhere. You got poor people everywhere.
So somebody with a little bit more profound education who understand life in this world deeper than me got to explain to me how it's a growing population of people out here who agree with this kind of shit, that poverty hit different or is worse in the South.
No,
because I don't understand it.
I mean, they have.
I just don't.
I don't see the difference. I don't see the difference. And I lived in the projects. Projects there is the same projects as here. Matter of fact, they even where I used to live, they got a place here to look like the place I lived at.
Right.
Same thing happened. They have where they give out food for people to eat, and they have programs. They got food stamps, and so what's the difference? I mean, I don't see the difference. I didn't.
Yeah, me neither.
I
think the poverty can come in different styles, which is what the brother behind her was responding to. But I don't get, y'all. Ignorance is a really, really solid tool, boy. And the only thing worse than just a comfortable, deep down, perpetual ignorance is the willingness to readily spread that ignorance to other folks. And when I hear people say shit like, you know, being poor in the South is different, way worse than being poor up north, I want to try to understand where people coming from. And she's saying that you have more social benefits up north, which I can't argue that. Some states have more abundant resources. I'll give an example.
Okay.
So it's a whole bunch of transplants down. What's going on, Dave Busby? Dave and okay, Ohio Valley Prepping been in here. Thank you, Happy Mac. I was finna get to that shit right there, and he said that too. At least in many places in the South, it's easier to grow your own food versus a 2.5 month or 3 month growing season. For one, for two, I see people go through this all the time. It's a whole bunch of transplants down here in Texas right now who complain about every single thing. They complain about everything. I didn't tell you to leave New Jersey and bring your ass down here where you had a 4-bedroom apartment on Section 8 and shit and was getting X amount worth of stamps and you was happy and the kids was happy, but you just wanted something different. And then you brought your ass down here to Texas and now you miserable and you hate everything about it. And you can't wait to go back, or you Texas would just change this and that. Look, man, it's getting exhausting. And that's the other part of this conversation and the irony of it. Like She is Sunshine, I brought her up a while ago. At first, I didn't know what she was talking about. It seemed to be more northern folks bringing their ass down here than from people down here going up north. So I'm wondering, what's the fucking problem? Where is this coming from? It almost feels deliberate. It's growing so fast on social media, and for it to be as ridiculous as it is, in my opinion, I'm starting to think this shit some kind of psyop or something, just to turn people against each other, just so it can be an argument or a debate or this or that. And if you don't really like Texas like that, take your ass home.
That part. But do wherever you anyway, go, man. Stay out of people's face.
Mm-hmm.
Mind your own. Yeah. If you mind your own business, you ain't got to worry about if somebody like you or not. You know what I'm saying? Just live your life. Do what you do.
I agree. It's been a long time, brother. Yeah, it has been a long time. Good to see a whole bunch of y'all.
Yeah, I like that long growing season. You can grow longer here than you can in Ohio. So, you know, I like that.
Oh yeah, by months. Mona, you know firsthand, and what shit? Mama, my Renaissance grandma, Miss Shirley, so many people in Ohio. Gina, a lot of y'all don't have the same growing season down here. It's just the negativity part of it for one, and I'm of the mindset, having lived through it, it's really perplexing me just how much I'm starting to see people make this argument about let's go, let's move. We should all move. We shouldn't all do shit.
No, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going.
Tanya, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mona. Go ahead, baby.
Look, I'm scary. Yeah, I am. Because when I was young, when I was in Kentucky, I was scared. I promise you, I was scared. They was walking around with their hoods like it wasn't no problem. They had the signs up, great big old billboards up, letting you know, don't let the sun catch you. I didn't go outside for 6 months. Not by myself. I ain't go nowhere by myself. But I had to grow up and learn, okay, I'm going to have to adjust. find out where I can go and where I can't go. So that means go to the right, don't go to the left. Okay, I'm going to the left because look, I'm not welcome over there. I'm not going over there. But I'm that type of person. You show me some respect, I'm going to show you respect. You disrespect me, I'm going to disrespect you. Plain and simple. That's a life I live. Right. But I'm not going to just because you don't like me and I'm over here, I'm not going to run. I'm not leaving. I'm staying right here.
Yeah.
You're not going to make me leave.
Right. Right.
Why they running?
You know, and even if people want to, I don't have a problem with that. It's my bigger thing is I just know how I've seen enough people to get led that it feels personal. If that make any sense, it feels personal. I had a good friend of mine in the military. He was from Indiana. I've never set foot in Indiana in my life. Don't really have no plans of ever going, except I don't know, probably never. Honestly, we're gonna keep it a buck. He was not the same color or hue as me. We don't look the same. None of that. Well, he was a white dude. I just put it out. He was a white dude. We ended up being real good friends, real close friends. He said he'll never go back. Even after he get out, he'll never go back to live because wherever his little pocket of Indiana was, okay, I'll see you back there. I'll bring you up in a minute. All right. He just not going back because he don't want that to be a part of his life. And some folks, when you choose one side or the other, some folks get thrown away by their white family.
Yeah, they real quick to do that. Huh? You're not part of the family anymore. What?
Let me read. Eddie Thorne said, as a person from Virginia, I agree with that. We are indeed a middle state, or we are up south, South Carolina, all the way to East Texas is down south. Well, I can speak for the East Texas part for sure. Now, for me, you know, all of y'all, and I done lived in Virginia before. To me, y'all Northerners, but y'all definitely a middle state from the whole, you know, the first 13 and the Mason-Dixon and all of that. So y'all got a lot of, oddly enough, Southern lineage too. Let me get this. Who is it? Byron Big City. What's going on? Welcome in. Come talk to us.
Byron Big City Prepper. What's good with you, brother? What's good with you, sister? How y'all doing this evening?
All right, and you?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I'm a prepper myself, man. You know what I'm saying? I had contacted you not too long ago, but it was on my other channel.
Yeah. I got that message. You talking about the? Oh, never mind. Go ahead. I think I know which one you talking about.
Yeah. And so, this is the reason why I'm not showing my face. I don't want to show my face to the public, is because
understood.
You know what I'm saying? Because of that, and you never know who watching the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, so I came in kind of hearing y'all conversation, but I'm in the city. Y'all are homesteaders. You know what I'm saying? So I hear what y'all saying and everything about the growing tactics and all. So I was just listening in, and I'm gonna just chime in as y'all going along, because I don't really relate to the growing thing. I'm not trying to really get into that, and matter of fact, I'm not trying to get into that because it's good for now. It's good for now. But what's coming is not going biblical. I don't want to go all the way biblical with it, but what's coming, Christ stated, never came to the planet before, nor will it ever come again. This is called the Great Tribulation.
Well, hold on real quick. Yeah. So I can save you the time. You ain't even gonna go down that road, because that ain't shit we even talking about. We mentioned growing a little bit, but we ain't talking about growing. We ain't talking about prepping or homesteading particularly just yet. We talking about a growing number of people, most of whom who look like me, are encouraging other people to move from the southern states and take their ass up north with no definition of north, no definition of which city, which state, which nothing, even to the extent of saying that the poverty in the south is worse than the poverty up north. I think that's a completely simple-minded, asinine, I can't say the R word because of PC-ness and shit, but that's a dumb fucking idea to me, in my opinion. Let me turn my camera on while I say that. I think that is absolutely absurd. I think that's some of the dumbest shit I done heard come out of an adult human's mouth this month. And it encourages people. And again, if you don't know this, Byron, like, so I've actually lived overseas multiple times in my life. I've seen people, especially back in 2020 during the during the pandemic. It really was people from an emotional state packing up everything they got, whatever, throwing caution to the wind, and ending up in places they have never visited or been to in their entire life. And then the shit's a horrible experience for them. They start running out of money. It's a lot that come with just picking up and moving, even just in the United States, much less overseas. So when I hear people saying shit like, matter of fact, I'm gonna play that first one again for you and for anybody else who wasn't in here, just so we can have, because we almost at the 1 hour mark, and I ain't gonna keep y'all all day. I'm gonna play this shit again, so I hope it catches everybody up. I hope.
Y'all, it's time to leave the South. Successful and educated Black women, I think it's time to leave the South. And I'm not even talking about for safety purposes, but y'all, they are starting to come for the kids. And so, yes, before you have to claw somebody's eyes out or you have to spend 30 years in prison, yes, you definitely want to be making your way to the North. I keep telling you, the racist is ungrateful, right? You need to take your education, your skills, and your skilled children, right? And you need to be making your way to these northern states where your talents and your skills and your education will be of appreciation. That's my message. Start working your way to the North. I know you're from the South, y'all. You can bring the South with you. Bring it with you. But bring yourself to the South with your education, your skills, and your success. Leave these states alone. Let them rot in them states, honey. I'm telling you, my family from Arkansas, I came from Arkansas, okay? Ain't nothing there. Listen, ain't nothing there. Successful, and this is not even just Black women, right? This is for all women and all people, you know. Start taking y'all skills and pull them from these states, right? Because I keep telling you, the racist are ungrateful. The racist has these ideas of superiority and grandeur that they do not possess. And so what you need to do is pluck, start plucking. Oh, you guys use all these systems. Yeah, you're right. That's why I'm going with my master's degree. So you figure out what you're going to do. Go replace me. Have somebody replace me that didn't even go to college or don't have my skills. Find a replacement for me. Because some of y'all got skills so specialized, you're irreplaceable. Pull your skills from there. Pull y'all kids from these colleges where they're bringing their talents and they still on there, making monkey sounds. Pull your kids, pull them, and make your way to the North where you'll actually be appreciated. That's my message for you, y'all.
I hope that gives you some clarity, bro. But now that I've re-listened to that, I want to say this first. And I agree with you, Ohio Valley Prepping, and a whole lot of other comments I'm seeing. This is one of the things about people who be all end all is all about their fucking degree. There is an insane amount of infrastructure and other people who keep the world running so you can utilize the full benefit of your degree. If you don't understand what I'm saying, by the time you drive your happy ass from your apartment building or your beautiful home or your townhouse and shit and get on the freeway and commute, after you stop at that Starbucks and get your mocha latte and shit and drive your way over to the office and go sit down in your cubicle and utilize your degree so you can feel like you better than other folks who may not have the same level of education as yourself, you probably relied on 200 or 300 people to make sure that you even got there in the first fucking place. You got a degree, but you don't know what to do if your car go on flat. You got a degree, but you don't know what to do to your front end if you hit a fucking pothole. You got a degree, but you don't know what to do if you lock your keys out your car. You got a degree, but you don't know what to do if this happened, that happened, or that happened, and this happened. Everything I just named was a job that somebody else potentially corrects or fixes on your behalf as an occupation. So before we can even get into the dark side of the end of the world, prepping apocalyptic shit, for all my people who got degrees and you wear that shit on your shoulder, you got a chip about it. You can't make it through a day without damn near 200 other people doing everything they got to do so you can live the life you live and feel good about walking around with a fucking degree as though you better than people. And then on top of that, have the audacity to say we should all move to work where, ma'am? To work where exactly, ma'am? To do what exactly, ma'am? In what neighborhood, ma'am? I'm gonna stop my shit right there. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Okay, so let me say this in reference to that, right? So you got on the face of the planet, you got 8 billion people, and it's all kinds of people, man. And that same lady got at least maybe, let's just say 200,000, maybe 200 million people might feel like her. We talk about all around the world, and all of these people, and that's why you get crazy groups that can get formed, because it's always somebody who thinks like you. You know what I'm saying? And then with it being spread so fast through social media, it makes it even worse, because people are really stupid. People are so stupid. People are so stupid that they'll see a YouTuber. This is just a regular person, just like any other people, and they'll see a YouTuber just because the YouTuber got 300,000 subscribers or something like that. They run into him and they be fascinated by that shit. And it's like, that person is a YouTuber. You know what I mean? You could get on and do the same thing. But this is how stupid people are, man. So, you know, when people start talking like that, it's like, it's a waste of your time. I'm pretty sure all three of us, let alone everybody in the chat, went through. This is just the illustration. So everybody in the chat went through telling people, their loved ones, their friends and all this, they should prepare. And then you got to a point where you got burnt out and said, fuck it, I'm not telling y'all nothing else, man. And whatever it's going to be, that's just what it's going to be. And that's just how you got to deal with people in general, because, man, what you going to do? You can't pull your hair out because, you know, this lady and other people who feel like her are saying these stupid things and that people are going to follow. But you're only going to follow, you know what I mean, if you got stupidity like that. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. It's like the whole Donald Trump Biden thing. You know what I'm saying? And people hating on Trump right now and whatever, whoever they want to put in that office, that's what's going to happen. Go ahead, sister.
Oh, I ain't saying nothing. Go ahead.
Okay. It sound like I heard somebody talking. I'm sorry. But yeah, so anyway, it's just crazy, man. You're just crazy. Y'all know what I'm saying? It's crazy, and you can't get caught into that. People, my friends, when the whole Biden thing, the who should you vote for, Donald Trump or Kamala was going on. I mean, I was getting into some heated arguments with people because I don't vote. Oh, you don't vote, so you the problem. Listen, man, whoever they want to put in that office, that's what it's going to be. But it's not going to stop nothing I got going on. You know what I'm saying? It ain't never helped me and it ain't never hurt me. Go ahead, brother.
Even though I don't want to go too far down that rabbit hole, I am glad you brought that up. Because at the end of the day, if you a functioning adult man or woman and you don't think that these motherfuckers put whoever they want, wherever they want to have them, whenever they want them, that's for you to work out. That's some shit you gotta come to grips with internally. I've been and accepted it. But on the other part of what you were talking about with the let me put what happened. Max said a while ago, because this is it right here. Yes, it's a group mentality thing. Follow the leader, but don't question the leader. anytime you can't say something in disagreement respectfully with somebody, and they first thing is to quit fucking with you or don't want or whatever, I like just over whatever level of disagreement, even if it's respectful. Y'all, that's why I move like how I move, man. I know the people who done follow me for a long time have I won't even say seen the changes in me over the years. You just done seen me get more and more open and more open. I ain't never been fake. I've always been me. I've just tried to always be as respectful and considerate, which I still do. I don't fall in groups well, and I don't kiss nobody ass. I never have, I never will. And it happens in all this online shit. Prepping, gardening and prepping, 2A, motherfucker be making tostadas and shit, be getting into it over who cooked the best. This dumb shit. Look,
Yeah, dumb shit, man.
I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna be me. When I get on here busting my chops saying whatever the hell it is I gotta say, if it's applicable to you, if it makes sense to you, pick it up or don't. Have y'all ever noticed how focused and adamant I am about never saying what you should or shouldn't do?
Yeah.
I've offered some good suggestions, in my opinion, but man, I'm a grown nigga. Once I end this live and shit, you got a life, I got a life. Some of y'all I've met in real life, and will again, and other for all that other shit in between. And numbers, man, numbers and social media. Just what you said, bro. That shit's. I feel the same way about that as I feel about what this chick just said. It's misleading.
Yeah.
It
It's
is.
misleading as hell.
Right.
Because you see somebody with a certain amount of people, this or that. It's really about your emotion. Oh shit, Chevy. What's going on, Chevy? What's up, family? I got my people coming in and over from everywhere. I appreciate y'all. I really do. I really, really do. But yeah, motherfucker have a 500,000. So they still eat, sleep, shit, put their pants on one
The
leg.
same way. Huh.
And they not always right. You can have 1,000,000 fucking followers. That don't mean that you always right about everything.
Right.
But they influencers though. They influence people.
Right. They'll lead you down that Jim Jones road.
Hey, you drinking that Kool-Aid and shit, man.
Yeah. Taking all your stuff. No, don't do that. Now I'm not packing up, leaving with nobody, going nowhere. No.
Yeah,
I'll travel alone.
As you should. But you know what? Being grounded, like, let me say this, right? I'm 59. So I'm 59 years old, and in my 59 years, I've been hanging with my same friends for over 50 years. My friends from kindergarten. I still hang with my friends. Man, listen,
that's beautiful, bro.
You listen, that's such a blessing. It ain't even funny because not many people could say that.
Right.
I still hang with my kindergarten friends, and all of the bullshit we put each other through, because we brothers, you know what I'm saying? And all of the dirt we done did together growing up. We all still speak on things like I might tell some spoil that something she used to do when she was 7. And she get to laughing about it. He remember that? You know what I'm saying? Like that type shit. And we do this amongst each other all the time. Like we'll tell stories and be like, "Yo, you remember that we was in what's kindergarten? I think we was like 5. Kindergarten. Me and my best friend used to beat everybody up. And I still hang with them. And that's one of the big running jokes. Me and my best friend used to beat everybody up in kindergarten. So all I'm saying is this. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing to not have to shift around with people. And like you were saying, country, you people are so pretending, you know what I'm saying? You don't know who you're dealing with. And so therefore, you know, that's all I was saying. It's a blessing. That's where I was going at with that. So go ahead, brother.
Right. No, I get it, man. I do. you know, I'm gonna be 74 years old in August. And
All right.
That's right.
Thank y'all.
Right.
Thank y'all. I'll be drinking water. I'll be 74 in August. But seriously though, I have had the same best friends for literally this year make 30 years. And even
That's
though yeah, one of us done passed away, shit, I hope we get to do it as long as you and your partners, man. What's up?
Yeah, a couple of us passed away. A couple of us passed away too. You know what I mean? It's part of the game, man. If you live long enough, you're gonna die. It's just that simple. All you gotta do is live long enough.
That's it. It's always somebody else's turn, man. It is always somebody else's turn. And I'll be looking at some old videos and shit. And right now I'm trying to compile everything. Like I was telling y'all about on the TikTok side, I'm telling y'all on the YouTube side. Hopefully, if not by the end of this month, the first of next month, website gonna be up and running.
Okay.
Look, I don't want it to be that way. I can give a fuck less about what you give or contribute on TikTok or YouTube. Save that shit for my site so it come to me so I can we can post the shit that I'm building, because all of these motherfuckers is funny. They sadiddy. I could get on here. I could get on here and talk bad about the younger gentleman up here on the screen, Mr. Byron, or I could talk bad about Mona, call her out her name. TikTok or YouTube wouldn't have no problem with that shit.
Nope.
I can do that all day. If I was drama filled and all I got up here was talking about baby mamas ain't shit and talking about the younger generation is dusty and they all need their ass whooped and yada yada, I would never have no problem. But if I get up here being honest, sometimes solution based, sometimes it ain't no solution to talk about until shit done happened all the way. But just having grown folk conversations, most of these apps ain't about shit. They ain't worth a damn. They hate true, honest, heartfelt conversations. They live for drama. They want drama. They want bullshit. If you take somebody like Sifting Some Soil, who show her gardening and show her crafts and this hats and scarves and bed slips and covers and shit she be making, man, some of them motherfuckers should have 1 million views. But you don't get that because it ain't no drama in it. It ain't no bullshit in it. I'm not telling none of y'all nothing you don't already know, but I do feel like I can remind you of some shit you already know so you don't start feeling like you going crazy. If you still out here creating content, if you still pushing and grinding and growing and doing it, man, hell, most of it ain't even from hating ass people.
Right.
The biggest op is the shit you own. But go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
Go ahead, sister.
Oh, y'all caught me over here with something in my mouth now. Come on.
There she goes. Mona over there snacking.
I'm sorry.
You good, girl? You all right? You
Good.
at home? Shit.
My thing is, am I gonna see you this weekend?
We gonna get into that. I ain't gonna tell you what time. I ain't gonna tell you when.
I need somebody to teach me how to fish. I'm out here searching for somebody to show me how to use my rod.
Man, you know that's all April. You know I ain't never been fishing in my life. I ain't never been fishing.
I don't care if it's you, April, Bammy. I don't care. Somebody need to show me how to work this rod I went and bought.
Listen. According to P. Diddy, I gotta say pause. When you say teach you how to use your rod, according to P. Diddy, I gotta say pause. No, I'm just messing around.
Hey, what's up, Mike? Mike's chaotic guard. Mike said, Mike said, hey, said pause too. That's Mona over there talking about she got something in her mouth and shit. But you know, speaking of P. Diddy, I don't want to bring that oily bastard up, but I will say this. You know, if I look at the videos that people done made and shit, they already in the 100,000, and all you doing is talking about this baby oil drenched motherfucker. And it's crazy to me. I don't expect nothing other than that, but it's still disappointing when you got so many good people putting out so much good information and so much life-saving information. What I Vision just coming off of Bug Out Weekend, max capacity with people learning and teaching and sharing and giving and shit. Why them make the man? I'm telling you, these folks want us to fail. The better you are, the better person you are, the more you do shit for the right reasons, or the more well intentioned you are, the harder things gonna be, in my opinion. Go ahead.
But the thing, go ahead.
Oh,
No,
I'm
y'all
just
go
on my fishing rod, so April
Yeah,
know what I'm working with.
Yeah, I seen it. It looked like a nice ride. It looked like a nice fishing ride too. Yeah, I seen it. But what was I going to say? Right now, we living in the era, and the era is what's right is wrong, and what's wrong is right. And so, this is the craziest thing, right? Now, listen to this. One of my cousins, one of my number one cousins, me and him hang together. It's three of us. We call ourselves the Amigos. So one of them, he's real like open with it, right? So one of our younger girl cousins transforms all the way over to a whole boy. I mean, a whole boy. And when I first seen her, I said to myself, damn, such and such got a boy, a son? Because I knew her mother, her mother is my first cousin. She's my second cousin. And so I said to myself, I said, damn, my cousin had a son. I ain't know she had a son. She had all girls. So make a long story short, I find out this is her oldest daughter that made the transform. She a whole man, right? Mm-hmm. And so one day she comes and she says to me, this is what's right is wrong and wrong is what's right. This is the topic. And so one day she comes to me and she says, now that I'm one of the boys, we should do a boys' night out. I didn't say nothing because I didn't want to offend her. But in my mind, I'm like, you not no damn boy. Like, my other cousins could play them fucking games with you. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not going to play. You're not going to get me to live your lie. Okay, you're a little girl. I've known you from a little girl, and the shit is shell shocking to see you as a man. But listen, my cousin is so diesel. I gotta admit this because this is the craziest shit ever, right? My cousin is so diesel.
Now wrap it up, OG. Wrap it up. We ain't gonna get into sexuality too deep.
Yeah. So let me just go ahead and leave that alone. But the bottom line is, what's right is wrong and what's wrong is right. And so people want you to live the lie, and the lie is what's wrong. And then when you speak the truth, they say, we don't want to hear that. And that's why the numbers is low in reference to people who speak in some sense, and the numbers is high in reference to people who's coming with foolishness. And the foolishness is the entertainment, the ditty, the just everything that ain't got nothing to do with real life issues. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. People are more than ever living in their cars, and they're showing this. People are more than ever living in locker storage containers, and they showing this. And these are real life issues, but don't nobody want to hear that because it that's what's right. You know what I'm saying? So
well, this the part, since you brought it up, we'll talk about it a little bit because we're gonna keep it a buck over here. If they shut my shit down and get rid of me, fuck it, I'll be back. I'll start another channel, whatever. Do what you got to do. What's going on, Tracy Anderson? What's up, family? Welcome in, y'all. I know you alleged you old school, but you 59, you still a little younger than me. I got about 18, 19 years on you.
That's right. That's right.
So when it comes to folk sexuality, I promise you I could give a fuck less. I've been with my wife for 24 years. Who is the last thing on my mind? The part I agree with you on is people wanting me to cater to it outside of just being accepting and respectful. It's when you want me to go overboard and fall in line with some shit that you feel or think or whatever. That's where I'm like, look, I respect what you're doing. Let well enough be good enough and leave me the fuck alone right there. And everything else we can work out. But as far as the act itself or people transition, cut that bitch off. I had shit. I still got my. I don't care. If y'all can't tell, I don't care. But I
I
do
don't
get
care
where you
neither.
come from. I do get where you come from. What you said? My ex-son-in-law and granddaughter's father is now female. Oh, he one of them late in life. Yeah. Well, people switch up when I let them later on. Yeah, cause fuck it, why not? You know what I'm more worried about? And I don't give a damn what side of the political aisle you on. I don't give a damn what side of the political aisle you on, whether you conservative, Democratic, whatever. I give a damn about habeas corpus. I care about that shit because that matters to me. What's going on, Blue Lotus vibes? That shit matters. What else matters to me? What else matters to me is the fact that one of my good friends on another social media platform sent me an invite this morning. And even though it ain't in the news no more and people ain't talking about it. By the way, all y'all new people coming in, if you don't mind, for the rest of the time we on here, do me a solid and share this live out. Do me a solid and share this live out, please, ma'am and sir, if you don't mind. What else I care about besides an alleged potential suspension of habeas corpus? I care about the fact that my friend hit me up, literally live, working on the docks at the Port of Houston, like we've done so many times before, and is saying and telling people that after they get this ship offloaded,
They ain't gonna get no more.
it ain't a whole bunch of shit still coming. He looking at being off for the rest of this weekend to the weekend. See, that's the kind of shit I'm worried about. That's what I care about. That's what's on my mind. And I know it's like you hear about some shit for 3 or 4, 5 days or a week, and then you don't hear about it no more. And it's like, oh, well,
right.
Guess it's fixed. Jazz hands, magic fingers. That shit ain't fixed. Just because people ain't talking about it no more, don't mean it's
Don't
the
mean
winner.
it's fixed. Right. That's I'm not trying to but that's what's on my mind right now. When y'all brought up the Diddy thing and all that stuff, my thing is they putting stuff in our face to keep us blind for what's really going on. You're gonna have to stop looking at the stuff they put in our face and see what's going on in the background.
Hell yeah, man! I could, baby. The way I don't even. My language is not pronounced enough to tell you how little I give a fuck about whatever Sean Diddy Combs got going on, didn't do. Meg the Stallion, Tory Lanez. I don't care. I don't. I'm out. Lord willing, I can get through the summer and be ready for the dog winter that's really finna hit this motherfucker. That's what I'm worried about. The celebrity shit, everything they throw at you the hardest. If somebody throws something at me from the left, damn it, I'm looking right. And if they throw something from the back, I'm turning around looking in, I'm turning back around looking the other way. This shit, y'all, the games that's in front of us. Matter of fact, I didn't want the conversation to go here. I'm gonna play some. I'm gonna play some for y'all. I didn't know this was gonna
pan out this way.
Well, exactly, Mona, but we roll with the flow over here.
That's what we do.
Everybody is full of shit as far as politicians. Like I said,
just emptied out. What you talking about? I ain't full no more.
What you still over there snacking? Let me see here. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna play y'all two shits. Right? This is all politicians, in my opinion. I care more about us coming together, being together. What's up, Jova? What's going on, family? Long time no see. Good to see you. Y'all missed the first part. God damn, it's so many people off in here. Should I go back and recap before I play anything else so people can understand why we talking about all black folks leave this? That shit sound dumb saying it out loud. All black folks leave the southern states ASAP. Don't that sound like
would be good? It helped me when you did it for me. That's all I can say.
Okay. Well, for all the new people coming in, I'm gonna replay it and catch everybody up so you can see why we saying what we say. Growing with Hudson, my sister. Take care of family. We love you. Be safe until we see you. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. To catch
In a
it.
little bit,
Go ahead, Mona.
I was telling Growing with Hudson Sear in a little bit.
That's right. That's right. See you in a little bit. So I'm just gonna play two. I'm gonna play both of them back to back to kind of give everybody who just now getting here. By the way, Adina Collins, my sister, thank you. Shout out Texas love. It's absurd to me. All black folks leave the southern states ASAP. I'm gonna play it again. If you heard it, just be patient. Don't, trip out, man. Let's listen to it. Let's listen to it together.
Y'all, it's time to leave the South. Successful and educated Black women, I think it's time to leave the South. And I'm not even talking about for safety purposes, but y'all, they are starting to come for the kids. And so, yes, before you have to claw somebody's eyes out or you have to spend 30 years in prison, yes, you definitely want to be making your way to the North. I keep telling you the racist is ungrateful, right? You need to take your education, your skills, and your skilled children, right? And you need to be making your way to these northern states where your talents and your skills and your education will be of appreciation. That's my message. Start working your way to the North. I know you from the South, y'all, and you can bring the South with you. Bring it with you. But bring yourself to the South with your education, your skills, and your success. Leave these states alone. Let them rot in them states, honey. I'm telling you, my family from Arkansas, I came from Arkansas, okay? Ain't nothing there. Listen, ain't nothing there. Successful, and this is not even just Black women, right? This is for all women and all people, Start taking y'all skills and pull them from these states, right? Because I keep telling you, the racists are ungrateful. The racist has these ideas of superiority and grandeur that they do not possess. And so what you need to do is pluck, start plucking. Oh, you guys use all these systems. Yeah, you're right. That's why I'm going with my master's degree. So you figure out what you're going to do. Go replace me. Have somebody replace me that didn't even go to college or don't have my skills. Find a replacement for me. Because some of y'all got skills so specialized, you're irreplaceable. Pull your skills from there. Pull your kids from these colleges where they're bringing their talents and they still on there, making monkey sounds. Pull your kids, pull them, and make your way to the North where you'll actually be appreciated. That's
my thing is, what is she mad about? Somebody done something to her for her to come off, and because it's about we missing the message because of the mess. So what is it that they done to her to make her feel like everybody need to leave because she didn't get her way, because they done took her job, they done called her child a monkey, and I'm gonna stop.
No, you good. We talk for real over here. I'm
about to go too far because
you ain't going too far. We build it. I'm literally a matter of time away from having my own website. I'm still gonna be on YouTube, still gonna be on TikTok. But I'm building my own shit. Fuck them.
But where's Arkansas? Where is she at? She said she was in Arkansas. I'm thinking, where is Arkansas? Yeah,
right
so
above Texas.
Right around Texas. Okay. What kind of state is that? Is that one of them real poor states, or you know what I'm saying? When I heard her say that, I said, where is that? And how
Arkansas is really
above
racist. That was one of the places where my doctor that I used to have, where the first time when she first was in school, she was segregated. She had to be off in a little room, but she was one of the first Blacks to actually graduate as a doctor in Arkansas.
So Arkansas is racist.
It's been like that forever and a day. Ain't nothing new, so I don't know where she tripping on. I mean,
well look, this the thing. I can't think of one state in the union that's not.
That's not.
That's true.
I can't think of one that's not.
Some are worse than others, though. Some are worse than others. That's a fact.
Some are worse than others. But if you don't include that in your presentation, when you making the northern states without mentioning a specific state sound like they're gonna be the be all end all. That's fucking dumb to me.
That's right. That's right.
Is Arkansas, is parts of Arkansas, hell, people feel the same way about East Texas. It's motherfuckers that won't come visit because they don't want to set foot in Texas at all. I
Okay.
get it. It's a conservative state. Parts of it are racist, just like parts of, say, man, let me try to
There's
get
some places here in Houston that you don't want to go
Philadelphia is a
to.
racist city. Philadelphia
Right.
is known to be a racist
Thank
city.
you. Hold on, and I was finna get into that. Y'all, let me make my point. I'm gonna give it back to you. The shit that I done heard from people who from there about Philadelphia, the shit that I've heard from people who from there about Long Island, the shit that I've heard about man, it's this one city in Rhode Island. No, it might be Connecticut. Not, they don't just not like black folks. They don't like motherfuckers coming up from like New York and shit, from the states southern to them. So I get the history part, why a little bit, but in 2025, if you a grown ass man or woman and you don't see race for what it is and its ability to exist everywhere versus it's limited to the southern states, that's fucking crazy to me. I'm gonna tell y'all one of the most racist places I've ever been was actually north of Seattle. This blue state, this state that's known for being blue no matter who, and this and all of that shit. Man, get your ass outside the city limits of fucking Seattle and see if you don't feel like you in East Texas or anywhere else in the South. And white folks didn't like us. They just had northern and Canadian accents and shit. And people didn't like us worth a damn. So, and then the ones that was in the city, if you didn't fall in lockstep with all of their ideology, well, they don't like your black ass no more either. So for somebody who talking about their level of education and their master's degrees, I stand a better chance of breaking down on side the road or one of these highways down here and a big redneck in his big pickup truck pull over and say, "Hey man, y'all all right?" This shit didn't happen before. Versus somebody drinking they lattes and shit in they little Prius, turning they fucking nose up at me. I've lived through that too. Two things can be true. But go ahead, because you were finna say something about Philly.
Yeah, I was just saying that Philadelphia is a real racist city, and especially
Where's
like
Philadelphia located? I'm sorry, brother.
It's in Pennsylvania. It's right next. It's like 2 hours away from New York City.
Oh,
we right next to.
Hold on a minute. Let me clutch my prayer. Is that a northern state?
Yes, it is, brother. It's very northern. And the racist as hell.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
There's another thing
all I was gonna say about Philly.
about what she's saying as well. She's telling the women and the children to move to the north. Well, why she ain't done her research or whatever, because I think they have, it's just my opinion, not nobody else's, no statistics, none of that, but they got more serial killers coming from the north than I'm just saying.
Say it again. Say it again, Mona. Shit.
Because I say it all the time. We got more serial killers in Ohio than anywhere.
I think it's the water, girl. I think it's the water.
I'm just saying. She telling she talking about protecting her kids. Now I do say that the education is pretty good in the north than compared to what I've seen in the south. Now we're gonna break down who's better and what. Now the education, they not taking away from history. They putting all the history out there for you to know. There's things that I know about history, and people here in the south, they's like, I didn't see that in the history book. Well, we had that in our history books. I don't know if it's the teacher or if it's the curriculum, but
go ahead.
What? It's what?
I was going to say it's the curriculum for sure, because the teachers come and go.
Right.
Yeah, but I think it's a little bit of both, honestly, if we're gonna keep this shit a buck, because why would you let's just assume, even though things are better now, which I think it is, I think racism has had massive improvements, and in other ways I think it's been masked, so it's not as pronounced as it used to be. Whether
Right.
irrespective to the curriculum, while some people may be more open to to share and discuss as educators, let's not deny this part if we're gonna be honest about it. For those people who are racist, whether you live in Texas, Tennessee, hell, or Toronto, Canada, I'm sticking with the states, but as far up north as you can geographically go, why would your oppressor ever teach you the methodologies to get your ass out of bondage? So just because somebody teach you a little bit more and others teach you a little bit less, I don't know how I feel about that. We might be talking more in modern times, but I'm from an area of the state and of the country where I had black professors that were teachers that should have been teaching at a collegiate level at a major university, but they kept their ass around East Texas so they could be the generation to teach and mold. Some of the teachers I had taught my mama and my dad and shit, because it was that important. And these are people that by the time they was 23, 24 years old, not only did they have bachelor's, some of them had master's degrees. And all they worked as, not to minimize it, but they still a public school teacher with that level of education, that level of determination. When they had to when they were still living off the Green Book era, and 5 or 6 of them would have to load up in a car to go from one town to the next town to go to school or whatever, because it was safety in numbers in case they get pulled over or whatever. So I'm gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna put it out there. I love everybody. If you take this as racist, that's between you and however you feel about yourself. The way that desegregation went, that was one of and continues to be one of the worst atrocities to ever happen to black people. Not to say I don't want no white friends, I don't want to fuck with white people, I don't nothing like that. But damn it, if we gonna be honest about it, King said before he was assassinated, in some of his literature, one of his books, more or less to get to the point, am I leading my people into a burning building? My elder, Brother King, Dr. King, I think you did. I think you did. I do. It's all these years later, all these decades later, and I think you did. That's just my opinion. I don't want to fuck y'all head up. I don't want to go too deep with this shit, but I got time today, so here we are. But y'all go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, everything is a psyop, man. Everything in history is literally, especially with America, you know what I mean? Since America came into existence, I heard one day, this was, or they was talking about the Chinese president and Donald Trump, and the Chinese president said, China been around for 5,000 years and will be around another 5,000 years. And I said to myself, damn, that blew my mind, right? I'm like, damn. So the moral to the story here is what you're talking about. Damn, I hate when I lose my train of thought, man, and I'm thinking of something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was
wait till you get my age.
I was going off of what you said, country. Damn.
What?
I hate that. You
about
was just saying
about the teachers, the education,
Yeah. So about Dr. King. Dr. King. And so anyway, everything is a psyop, man. And the United States is built on that psyop. The United States is built on some serious matrix shit. The United States controls the whole world, and everything that everything that was done in the dark is going to come to light. And over the years, everything's been coming to the light. You know what I'm saying? But you can't see it until after what they call it. Like when 9/11 took place, right? After the 9/11 took place and the Twin Towers went down, in hindsight, they call it in hindsight. So after 9/11 happened and the Twin Towers went down, all of the content, aka conspiracy theorists, they went back and started looking at everything and was like, hold up, the Simpsons were showing it was coming. These people over here were showing it was coming. And it was all kinds of ways it was being shown it was coming, but you couldn't see it because it didn't happen yet. And so America is built on psyops. And when it came to Dr. Martin Luther King, at the time everything was happening, it seemed like a right thing until the after effect. And then the after effect shows you it was a psyop. Go ahead.
Yeah. Mona, you got anything?
No, I'm over here reading the chat and seeing what they're talking about.
Okay. Well, I told y'all I had 2 shits I was gonna play for y'all a while ago. Again, I don't know where this is coming from, who's igniting it. I'm talking about it. So by the time dumb shit, it's dumb shit to me. That's it. It's dumb shit to me. I ain't saying it's right or it's wrong. But by the time this start blowing up a week or 2 from now, or it's used as a major distraction, some fucking North versus South type shit, I want y'all to already like, man, I heard about this dumb shit somewhere before. Who it was that country talking about that? And you can be like, oh yeah, okay, I get it now. And yeah, I expected this shit to be, because it's already on your radar. Now this is the other video I played earlier, and this is to catch everybody up, all the people who wasn't in here earlier, on how we started the conversation versus what we getting into. Hold on.
May 8th. Y'all.
Nope.
Trump.
Nope.
Y'all.
My bad.
When I was in college.
Nope.
When are we going to have to
Nope. Sorry. Hold on. Damn it, man. I had that shit ready to go a while ago. Hold on. Where is it? Where is she? Oh, that's her. And then the other one is right. Damn it. Well, some of y'all heard it. I gotta find it. The one with the other young girl that was talking about the There we go. Hold on. Here we go.
Poverty in the South is 10 times worse than poverty being from up north.
I'm gonna argue with you.
Hold on, I'm gonna start that shit over. If y'all didn't hear her, I don't know what metric she used. I don't know if she used the Department of Labor and Statistics. I don't know if she talked to social workers. I don't know where she began her point of study. If she wrote out a thesis first and then went through affirming this. I don't know if I can find this to conduct peer review studies. But she said poverty in the South is 10 times worse than poverty in the North. Now, in fairness, this ain't her whole video before this response video, but she didn't say shit else specific. She didn't say shit. At best, it was non-specific. Let me let y'all hear her say this shit again, and then we're gonna hear a man who grew up in the South and grew up north, wherever the fuck north is. At least he say Chicago, but
poverty in the South is 10 times worse than poverty being from up north.
I'm gonna argue with you, because I'm a Mississippi boy that moved to Chicago at about the 4th grade. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know I was poor when I was in the South. I never had to fend and eat. I was a fat, poor kid. We had fish and gar and brim and perch from the Mississippi River and the surrounding lakes, and all kind of vegetables and plum trees and orange trees and apple trees grew wild. We ate good. It was good. Then I moved up north And I found out that, oh, wow, I'm poor. I also found out that there's a difference between a ghetto and a slum.
Mm.
You remember that song Tupac had, Brenda's got a baby, Brenda threw a baby in a trash can? That's a product of poverty in the city. That's what that is. In the South, you don't hear about babies getting neglected, thrown in the trash can. It's kind of like somebody gonna step up. Up north, you are in the cold. Nobody cares. In the South, you're gonna eat at school. Up north, you can be 7 years old in the first grade and you ain't going to school and nobody calling and nobody cares. Up north, you got third grade dropouts. Ain't nobody calling. Real talk. When it's bad, it's bad. Them the milk carton kids up north. When you poor, them all the kids that end up on milk cartons. A lot of them kids end up in the Cookie Monster trash can or like off to the ground. Real talk. It's a difference. The conditions difference. But I would have to firmly say, if I was poor, I would rather be poor in the South than poor up north.
And me too. And I'm gonna stand 10 toes down on that since I've lived in both. Between the, like Mona said, the weather conditions, it get cold as fuck here. Don't get it wrong, but I can deal with that for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time out the year than that it being half the year. I can grow some fucking food down here. Hell, if I had to, I'll sneak off on somebody else's land till they kick me off that shit. Have me a little garden, a tent, and be living my best motherfucking life. Where you finna do that in Brooklyn? Where you finna do that shit on the east side or west side of Chicago? Where you gonna do that in Philly? Huh? Like
What?
my mind is, man.
But my thing is, what is they putting out here for us not to see? Is okay, our focus is on this, but we missing the message.
Shit, I ain't missing no message. Tell me what the message is so I can go pick that bitch.
I'm trying to figure it out because every time I hear the thing, different stuff go through my head. It's like, okay, what are we missing? They putting this out here for us, but we missing something. They trying to blind us so we can't see what's really going on.
Oh, well, I can damn sure give you a few examples.
Okay.
I can give you a few examples of shit we missing. I'm glad you brought that up because you put me back on track, Mona. Let's see, what's one of the shits we missing? Let me get to it. I can give you a shit we missing right now. Let me get to this shit we missing. Hold on. Because I don't want us to miss shit.
Right. That's my thing.
Yeah. Damn it.
Let me say this real quick, right? I do agree. It would be I never really lived in the South, but it would be a hell of a lot cheaper being poor in the South than it would ever could be. Even if you was on the West Coast, being in the South is nothing like it. I mean, even if you in Texas, let me not say the South. Being anywhere rural where you have a homestead and you're dealing with homestead life, being poor in that situation, you would not know that you're poor. You wouldn't even know it. Like Country was saying, somebody was saying how they had the apple trees and the orange trees don't have some grapes and all of that other stuff, all of that sweet stuff that's growing that when you taste it, it tastes like candy, and don't have that stuff going on your land, and you poor. The only thing you really gotta pay for is mainly is your taxes, because everything else because they was doing this for over the years. Everything else, they learned how to literally use the ground. They didn't go buy chicken feed back in them times. Whatever.
Man, hell no. You grew your chicken. You grew your chicken. Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, this is just based off of common sense. Off of me living in Philadelphia. I lived in Philadelphia all my life, but I'm well traveled. But being traveled and literally living somewhere is two totally different things. And so anyway, just based off of my common sense would tell me if I only had to pay taxes and my taxes is $2,000 for the whole year, right? And I mean, I'm a community type of person. It would just be easier. You know what I'm saying? Because you could bring other people in to help you, depending on what kind of land you got. $2,000, you pretty sure gonna have a nice little piece of land going on. And so, therefore, bring other people in, have them come in, and I'm a lazy person. You know what I'm saying? But I would bring
at least you honest.
people. Yeah, I would bring in other people, other families. I would bring in other families. Let me say this, country, because I've been following you since you was African, right?
Yeah.
And so this is the moral to the story. This is kind of changing it a little bit, but it's still in the same category. So when y'all was out there, you and your wife, and you have a lovely family too, brother. And so while y'all was out there, you're welcome. And so while y'all was out there, in my mind, I'm thinking, get a wind turbine. Right, you get the wind turbine, 6,000 watt wind turbine. You get the small engine, a diesel engine, because diesel it could fuel through all sorts of things. It could fuel through dirty engine oil, as long as it ain't nothing in there to clog it up. It could deal with diesel oil. It could deal with corn oil. A lot of things can run them diesel engines. And so anyway, you put the diesel engine in front of the wind turbine and just leave it on idle and let that joint run and just continuously run. It's a wind turbine. A wind turbine spinning is going to generate so much electricity, it's going to be overwhelming because it's 24 hours a day. Once it's started, it ain't no need to stop it. You keep it running with the big, whatever, 200-gallon, add a couple of them together and going around, and you're collecting either car oil from oil places, or you're collecting grease from a restaurant, and you're paying them for it. But either way, you got to somewhat sort of pay for it. But I was like, man, if I would have had a homestead, and I came through that idea not because I kind of actually did it, but I used a drill to spin for our prepping purposes.
Yeah,
I gotta, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, well, good. You got time to get into that. The only reason I let you go that far is because you know I like you, right? Because they ain't got shit to do with the fuck we talking about. But you wanted to get it out.
Thank you.
Yeah, I felt your heart, boy. You wanted to get it out, so I wasn't gonna stop you.
Yeah.
Now you keep your
I just wanted to say that in reference to what you're saying in reference to the homestead. It would be 100%, 1,000% better to be poor in a homestead, because homesteads are all over the place, and it would be 1,000% better to be poor than to move into a city. Cities are all over the place. It ain't got to be the north. It could be any city. But go ahead.
Right. I got you. I'm picking up what you putting down, and I wanted to hear what you were gonna say because I knew it was applicable. I just I'm staying on this. I'm pulling it back, which is great points, by the way. I hope, and you can get back on that in a minute, as far as the turbines and diesel engine, which I do. Diesel engine. I got a diesel heater. I got some shit around here.
Yeah, no, I follow you. I know you be showing. Go ahead.
Yeah. And Mary said, I never seen a homeless person in the country. Me neither. But with that being said, getting back to what Monica, I call her Monica. It ain't Monica, y'all. It's
you go ahead.
Okay, so she like, what is it? I feel like that from Diddy to Cassie to Meg Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez and Gayle King them allegedly taking their ass up into space and all that bullshit. Distractions, we being bombarded with distractions like a little kid standing back throwing pebbles at you. We just bombarded.
Yes.
Right? But this is some of the shit that ain't getting enough coverage that it matters to me. I ain't gonna say what should or shouldn't matter to y'all. I'm telling y'all what matter to me. If you agree, you agree. If you don't, you don't. This is a content creator that I follow, and I don't want to play the straight out news article because TikTok and YouTube is starting to crack down on that shit, believe it or not. But Here we are. So just listen to this right here.
Skin folk is not kinfolk. Let me repeat that. All skin folk is not kinfolk. Just because they have brown skin and they look black, don't mean they got the best interest for black American people, okay? This guy isn't telling, clearly, y'all vote.
Just for a little bit of reference, the only black governor in America, Wes Moore, from Maryland, has blocked the bill to study reparations. Maryland should be focused on action, he said. Let's keep listening to this shit.
This guy in, he done vetoed the study for reparations. How are you the only black governor in America and you vote against the study for reparations? This is what I'm talking.
That's the reason why he the only black governor in America. But anyway, let's keep listening.
About. Before you vote these people in, find out who their parents are. Are they from America? Or are they from some island? Or are they from East Bumblefuck? You get what I'm saying?
Great point. I can stop right there. And before my conservative friends and brothers and sisters get too happy, I got something for y'all ass too. Now, let me elaborate further. This is why I don't do politics, don't pick no side, pick no teams, because I've lived long enough to know and believe that these motherfuckers is drinking 10,000 dollar balls of champagne, laughing at all our bitch ass. And some of you motherfuckers are so in love with your team and your side that you can't even rationalize that they don't give a fuck about none of us. So I keep my feelings out of it. It's strictly business. Now, with that being said, sorry about that. Miss Native Cherokee said it was too loud. Could anybody else listen, or was it too loud? My bad.
It was a little muffled, but I heard every word of it.
Okay, my apologies, y'all. I'm gonna do better with the next one. I'm gonna try to do better with the next bit of audio. But before my conservative brothers and sisters get too elated and too happy, I got some shit for y'all ass too. Cause y'all on teams, y'all on the fucking side. I'm a true independent, a real independent. Seeing grown ass women and men walk around with a red hat on, I don't start crying and shit. I don't get in my fucking feelings to that extent. But I do understand where you coming from and why you side eye motherfucker. I get it. And the shit goes for both ways. So now that you done heard about a black governor vetoing a reparations bill, I also want to throw in the fact that Gavin Newsom is a white governor. A holy black caucus in California at the end of last year completely dismantled, broke down, and stopped a 12-year study. The study had been done. It was time for residuals. And that black caucus out in California said, no, brother. Wait a minute. Said, So whether you on the left or right, black folks in general, whatever, say, man, before everything the white man fought, which most of it is, don't blame everything on them without holding. I don't know how y'all hold each other accountable, because I don't even fuck with y'all like that. I don't get into y'all politics that in depth. Call a thing a thing. Be honest. Quit being disingenuous. Quit co-signing all the shit that your side do and don't want to say shit about. Hey, Sweet Pea.
Hey, everybody in YouTube world.
Y'all don't even know.
Hey, pieces of eight, bro.
Okay.
A lot happened, Mac. A lot of money, a lot of study, a lot of research, a lot of everything. Only in the 11th hour. Go look it up. Talking about that shit is one of the first times I got banned on TikTok. Yeah. Telling the fucking truth. So yeah, it's real. So
this the era.
White man bad, white man evil. But you would know that the shit happened and sit back and not hold the own people you in love with accountable. And they the ones blocking and stopping your shit. We used to do this when I was little. Shame. I don't even know what it means. Shame. So with that being said, with that being said, before you conservative brothers, it's a gnat in here, y'all. Brothers and sisters of mine get too fucking happy. I got something for y'all last too. Oh, here we go. Boy, they gonna shut this motherfucker down for real. Y'all might want to share it out one more. Y'all might want to share this bitch out one more time before the people
What you
come with my
grade do?
legs. Huh?
What you grade do?
Play this shit right here because I feel like it's equally as fucked up. That's what I'm getting ready to do. Excuse me.
Defend our communities for law-abiding American citizens. We need the crime is most rampant right here and in African American communities, and more people see me and they say, "Sir, we want protection. We want police to protect us. We don't want to get robbed and mugged and beat up or killed because we want to walk across the street to buy a loaf of bread." They want it so badly. The fake news doesn't talk about it. But the black population wants law enforcement more than any other population. So
you a motherfucking lie, bro. I ain't ask you for that shit. Or nobody that I know. Do black people want to feel safe in their communities? Do we want to be respected by law enforcement? Do we want to feel safe from aggressors, perpetrators, and law enforcement in certain communities, especially in inner cities or urban areas? Absolutely. But what I'm not finna agree to or co-sign for is like, the blacks, they need the help. They want us. I've talked to them. They're there. They know me. I know them. They're telling me they want the help. Look, man, you might have talked to a handful of black conservatives that told you that niggas out here in dire straits and what we need is more police in our community. Bullshit. I'm not saying that man ain't heard that from somebody. I'm saying whoever told him that shit had a fucking agenda. And Mr. Trump, if you listening, more laws ain't what I need, what I want. Oh, by the way, what's up, Candace? What's going on, family? Girl, you better get your ass in here and enjoy yourself. And by the way, the shit that's going on in Memphis right now, the fact that there's a task force headed towards Memphis, Tennessee to right all the wrongs, to do all of it, I just find it suspicious. I find it suspicious with all the other hoods and sets and gangs and this and that and organized crime from Los Angeles to Louisiana to New York to Seattle to everywhere in between. I feel like somebody getting ready to make that shit an example. I feel like folk somebody getting ready to make Memphis, Tennessee an example. And I feel like that shit gonna spread all over the country. What's going on? Who is that coming here? What's up, Pescatarian? What's going on, family? Welcome in. So, for what my sister some Saul and Mo asked, what are we being distracted from? Those are just two examples that I could elaborate way deeper. Matter of fact, 3 examples that I could elaborate way further on and about. One of them is a federal task force headed to Memphis, Tennessee. How's that shit gonna work out? For 2, the president of the United States saying they have the blacks, they want police, they need more police. Nigga, you sure? And 3, black folks fucking other black folks, but the black folks who either blue no matter who or just caught up on their side won't even say shit about how the black people in positions of power fucking them in real time, and you want to act like it's all good. That's what we being distracted from.
There you go.
But I'm gonna land I'm done. I land right there, baby. I'm on shit. Y'all, matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the link if somebody else want to come up. But I got to see you in the background. Don't be pulling your titties out or nothing. Cause for 2, we don't want to see all that. But I gotta know you real, because people will get up here and they'll pull they'll, you know, whip a titty out, all kinds of weird shit.
What?
Real weird.
I thought they only did us like that. They do you like that too?
Shit, every other time I'm on YouTube, yeah.
Wow. Yo, funny.
No, it ain't funny. This is real, man. They really do that stuff.
They do.
Yeah,
they sure do.
I wouldn't even. Yeah, listen, I wouldn't even think that people do that. That's, you know what I'm saying. When you don't think something is going on, it. First of all, it's still funny, but either way, I would never think people do shit like that, man.
Oh,
you could just never know. That's going back to his 8 billion people on the planet. And out of the 8 billion, you got at least 200,000 people that's into whatever, and they all into it together. And this is all around the world, all different kinds of groups. I would have never known people do stuff like that. Never crossed my mind.
Oh shit! Start content creating. You gonna see more bits, twigs, and berries and titties than you could ever fathom. But back on this shit right here, man. Mona, did I meet the spread? Is this a decent distraction metric?
No, because you brought a little light to, because like I'm saying, like, hold on.
Okay. Take your time, baby. Take your time. I
didn't know about the Memphis thing, so I was being blinded with the other stuff because I heard about the other stuff. I didn't hear about that, so you know, that's what I want to know. What is not out there that I don't know about that they trying to distract me from? Because they putting this crazy stuff out here for us to see it. Everybody see it. What is it we not seeing? You know what I'm saying?
You're not seeing the laws. They passing laws. They constantly changing laws around. And through all of the drama and all of the news they keep putting out on a regular basis, it's hard to keep up with stuff. But they're constantly passing laws. And then when you look around, you be like, I didn't know that was a law. Well, yeah, you know it now.
Right. So every time they pass a law, they put a distraction out there so you don't see it, right?
Yep. Basically, pretty much, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I want to pray for those who do pray. I'm not no religious person, but I do believe in the power of prayer because it's about good energy. I'm sending prayers, good energy, good vibes to all the people in St. Louis right now. St. Louis is and has been catching the blues.
Yes, they have.
A lot of these cutbacks that are either directly a result of or indirect result is part of why NOAA ain't as functional as it used to be with regards to warning people about certain weather conditions and all that shit in a timely manner. And it's impacting people's lives. St. Louis is in shambles. I mean, the people still, you know, they doing what they got to do, but that don't make it okay.
You talking about the tornado that hit?
The tornado that hit there last Friday.
Okay, yeah, that's what.
What's up? They had one a few weeks before that.
Yep.
And I think a few weeks before that one.
Mm-hmm.
Was it last night? No, night before last.
So that's
going through it as well.
Yeah, that's one of the distractions, though. One of the distractions is they bombing over Israel and they get ready to do World War III when really the weather itself all around the world is tearing the whole world the hell up. It's the weather that's taking everything out when you start looking around with the flood. Remember that everything is happening so fast, it's not even funny. But remember, I think it was in Appalachia or something. That whole town got swept away.
South Carolina and
South Carolina. Yeah, listen, man. So did you see how fast that story came and went? But this is what's happening. This is, and World War III ain't have nothing to do with it. But they are taking people attention and saying World War III this, when really the weather is busy tearing shit up all around the world and it's getting worse. on a regular basis.
On a regular and consistent basis. And this
Yeah.
is why I don't fall into that bullshit with, oh, you know, this party, and we locked into a duopoly, a dual system. You either vote this or vote that. I don't give a fuck about neither one of them. I care about the people in this chat, the people who on the ground with me, the folks I'm surrounded by that I can help or need their help, and so on and so forth. And you see, the same way that St. Louis getting fucked over right now, 6-7 months ago in Appalachia, then were mainly white folks. Then were mainly white community. I hated the shit when it was happening to him, to them. I hate that the shit happening to a predominantly black part of St. Louis right now. The whole point is nobody got the fucking help they needed. So look, I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. All these touchy-feely ass motherfuckers, this put me in my feeling. That put me in my feeling. You know what I care about? Grown ass people being able to have grown conversations.
That's right.
About the truth, rather than just the racial elements of it, or just to this, or just to that, or just to that, or just to this. Man, there's people out here doing bad. There's people out here hurting. It's people who need one another. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the biggest things going on right now. If you don't think that the weather is, damn it, Mona, I'm gonna blame you. I'm just finna blame you for whatever else I play, do, or talk about the rest of this live. I'm gonna blame you because it's your fault. Oh, thank you, Adina. Adina said, yep, they are still recovering in Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina from Hurricane Helene last year.
Remember that?
But
what about Florida? What about Florida got hit by that hurricane?
Same shit.
What about Texas? I mean, y'all want to talk about hurricanes? They still trying to recover from Harvey.
I know. So all I'm saying is they distract you with World War III, and they say, "Oh, they're gonna drop a nuke." They're gonna listen. Shit is getting tore up on a regular basis. Some of the roads got washed away from that last hurricane. I think it was in Appalachia. Some of in North Carolina roads that got washed away. You know what I'm saying? Truckers had to make beelines 12 miles out. That shit is crazy.
Okay, well now what you gonna blame me for now?
Oh, for everything, everything. But you right, and there were whole sides of mountains that was washed away, not just roads. And I know you meant more than that, but not just roads. Whole sides of mountains got washed away.
That shit was crazy, man. That shit was crazy.
Didn't happen. That shit didn't happen under the last two administrations. So miss me with the bullshit about this what this person intentions is, and this is what this person want to do, and all of that. Man, say that shit for your mama. Get on somebody else live or share that shit with somebody else who may give a fuck, because I'm really I don't want to. I'm not really entertaining that level of thinking. I respect you for feeling that way. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Just because I put the link in the chat don't mean you're gonna come up here, depending on whether I want to bring your ass up or not. So fuck it. It is what it is. Somebody put something I wanted to say a while ago. Family Man, that's who it was. Family Man say there are sundown towns up north too. Now you may be a little bit behind in the chat, bro, but damn it, I'm glad somebody said it. You know what? I'd rather take my chances down here in East Texas, or coming from Houston to Dallas, or from Houston to Oklahoma, or some shit like that, where I'm in familiar territory, because I am a country boy. It might take me a couple days, but I can navigate my way through these pine trees and some of these bayous and shit. I don't want to be nowhere near no Indiana, or nowhere near somewhere up in Wisconsin. For one, it's too fucking cold, and for two, that's them people shit. They know the lay of the land and this and that. I don't know why folks act like racism is limited to the fucking South. That is the dumbest shit that grown folks still like perpetuate and ride on. I don't get it. Let me play this. I know some of the larger news agencies and media's been talking about this, and I could if I was finna be back on YouTube all the time, I'd probably say this as another talking as an episode or some shit or a live or something. I ain't finna say that shit for this. For that, I'm trying to find the one with the mayor talking about how bad they need help and how messed up her city is and all of this and all of that.
Going back to them politicians lying, if you the mayor, you know you got pull. I'm talking about with the governor and all, because you the one who running the city. You could say we ain't getting no funding. But come on, they getting some kind. They be skimming. People go into office making $300,000 a year, come out, they be 150, 1 million and a half rich because y'all cutting on that money, man. Government, listen, man. Listen? Gotta love your Uncle Sam at all levels of the
game. Hey, I leave it to people. I leave it to people to be in love with their politicians, man. What's going on, Texas Hands in the Dirt? Good to see you. Pumpkin, what's going on, Pumpkin? Long time no see. Pumpkin Little Farm said it feel like we all being sold out to me. Damn right. I agree. I concur. And yes. Ohio Valley Prepper said I have a friend in Asheville. That was one of the worst hit places in Asheville, North Carolina, and they still have people living in tents because of the hurricane. I am not doubting that at all. That's y'all, this shit right here is exactly what I'm talking about. Just because something fall out of a news cycle don't mean people not still living what you saw when it was a part of the news.
Right.
These people on to the next tragedy.
Right.
If it bleeds, it leads. They on to the next. Whatever's the next biggest thing, whether they make it happen themselves or whether it's something that happened naturally. So
they're busy funding other people and not funding us.
Right. And speaking of which, I think this is gonna be the last thing I bring up today. Well, I still got time, baby. We ain't in no rush. I ain't getting off here till about 6, so we got a full another 31 minutes or 29 minutes, whatever, at minimum. Let me read y'all something. This is directly from. You can go to Yahoo.com. You can go to Black Enterprise. You can go to Bacon Magazine. You can go to BET.com, the Cincinnati Herald, the Houston Defender, so on and so forth. What's going on, Dan H? Welcome in, bro. You better get your ass in here and enjoy yourself, Dan. I hate I didn't see you this past weekend, bro. Now, with that being said, Black women lost 106,000 jobs in April. A closer look at the data in April 2025, Black women recorded the largest job loss of any racial gender group in the United States, according to data released by the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics, not by TikTok, not by Instagram, not by YouTube, not by me, by the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. We're gonna have an honest conversation. We're gonna talk about this shit for real, all the way through. Because most people of voting age who even give that modicum of a fuck, they know Black people in general and Black women are the biggest voting voting bloc for the Democratic Party. How many of y'all knew about this shit?
I didn't know nothing about it.
Why you gotta hear? Why you gotta hear about this shit from a fucking content creator like myself or other content creators or so on and so forth? Why ain't the people now of all the shit that people say, you know, because you know, hell, Rahm Emanuel said a long time ago, never let a tragedy go to waste, right? So why wouldn't every politician you do hear on a daily basis be talking about see how Trump did? It's only 4 months. You see how he fucking up. You see how you know why they not? Because this shit started 6 or 7 fucking months ago and they all knew it was coming. Ooh, hold on, let me clutch my pearls.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's why you don't see and fuck it, I'm gonna say her, that's why I haven't seen or heard. That's why Jasmine Crockett ain't talking about this shit. Cory Booker ain't talking about this shit, not the way he just voted. Ooh, ouch. Hold on, let me grab my motherfucking pearls again. Ooh. Too soon, too real, too honest. I'm asking for a friend before folk getting their feelings and shit. At the end of the day, the largest voting block for one specific demographic of political side, you only got two. 106,000 women specifically just lost their job. These are federal jobs, y'all. These are a lot of teaching and educating jobs. These are federal jobs. These are high paying jobs. These are and when shit like this happen, and I see how rarely or barely is discussed, and then you really start looking into it, it's like, oh, because you was a part, because you knew the shit was coming. Gotcha. Too easy. I get it now. I understand. And I'm finna play y'all something. Real quick about how real it is. And I'm gonna kind of it'll make sense in a minute. It'll make sense in a minute. If you let me let it.
Uh-oh.
They are doing the same thing to us that they did to Black men 40 years ago, which is pushing us out of the workforce. That's what they did to Black men. And that is what caused the major divide within our community with regards to the gender wars. We saw Black men the way they wanted us to see them because they didn't have the upward mobility that we had because of our jobs that we were able to get in the federal government, for one. The federal government was one of the biggest job employers for Black women, and they're pushing us out left and right. We lost more jobs last month than any other demographic. And those jobs are not coming back. And if they come back, they're not going to give them to us. I don't care what degree you got. Because you can see right now, they don't care nothing about those degrees. As soon as we started getting it, they didn't need anything anymore. I say this to say, we going to have to work with Black men. Whatever grief you got with Black men, get over it. It's time for us to work together. We need them and they need us. And this is just more proof of that. Black women.
And why am I playing shit like that, y'all? Because my dear sister Mona asked me, what are they distracting us from? What's going on that they not talking about? Laws being passed. I'm finna get to that in a second before I give it back to y'all. Some of the laws being passed and shit. Ooh, ouch, kabibble. We gonna talk about them. But the reason we getting into the conversation we getting into now is because my sister says, hold on a minute, something ain't right. They showing us this. Are we hearing about P. Diddy and Cassie and this and that and that? What are they doing? And then my man, Vibrant said, well, shit, it's the laws they passed. So now we having the conversation we having right now. It's funny how that shit ain't all over MSNBC. It's funny how it ain't all over Fox News. It ain't on Newsmax. You damn near got to go to print media. You damn near got to go to a podcast and then verify that shit. I do things so y'all don't have to, by the way, which is why I think y'all gonna appreciate, respect, and value my website, my channel, not my channel when I release it. But with that being said,
I'll subscribe when you release it. I'll subscribe.
I got you, bro. I hope so. I appreciate it because it's gonna mean a lot. The other part of it is, and for all those who feel like, see, there go Trump, there go Trump, there go Trump. You know what? Them motherfuckers who was in here before Trump, they knew this shit was coming because they all in together. And just FYI, just for a little bit of history, you know what else? You know, it's funny how Bill Clinton is known and renowned as being the first black president, and his saxophone playing groovy. Hey, Hillary. His old player, you know, just smooth ass. Hey, all the black people. Oh, thank you. All that shit. It was under his administration while a whole bunch of motherfuckers locked up today. Oh, I'm not going to leave Biden out of that shit from the crime bill, but most specifically, if I'm not mistaken, which president was in office when child support started being a crime?
Yeah, I wouldn't have. I don't follow it. I don't follow presidents, so I wouldn't know.
Okay. Dan said easy. Yeah. What aren't they distracting us from? Smaller list. I'm trying, Dan. I feel a bit just a small pinch emotional. Because I'm not emotional like crybaby emotional, but like fuck, man, ain't nobody else saying it. Shit, it might as well be me. I'm so sick of this damn divide because we that's still how they win. And by they, I'm not talking about white folks. By they, I'm not talking about black folks. I'm talking about motherfuckers who ain't never had to lift a finger in their whole life except maybe being shipped off to military school or some kind of boarding school that costs more than the last 2 generations of people in my life that made a year, and they pay that shit every month. That's what I'm talking about. With all the bullshit that's happening and the bullshit that seems to be continually coming, I'm building my group of people with some fucking sense, and I don't apologize for it. And you can't make me feel bad about it. But anyway, go ahead, y'all. Go ahead.
So, okay, I'll chime in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's crazy, man, because you do gotta have, like you were saying, you're building your people right now. You do have to have everything. Let me tell y'all something about the craziest thing I've been on YouTube since 2011, right? So that's like 13, 14 years I've been on YouTube.
Yeah.
I got 3 different channels, so you know what I'm saying? So, but make a long story short, the prepper community, right? I hear people speak about prepping and preparedness all the time, but then they still talk about how the government is building bunkers and all these things, right? But with the bunkers that the government is building, their stuff is what you call turnkey. When they come in, all they have to do is turn the key. Everything is in place. They ain't got to scramble to put nothing in place. They ain't got to say, "Oh man, I need to run this line right here because I have a light bulb right here." That's what they call turnkey. You just come to your bunker, turn that key, and when you come in, it's ready to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And as a prepper, you have to be turnkey, because without being turnkey, you're going to end up scrambling. It's going to turn into a scramble situation. And so I learned this from 2 of my brothers, 2 separate brothers that's preppers. They had got caught with their drawers down. And I was like, I was a little disappointed with the situation, because you got to be, that was their situation, but I was just disappointed because y'all preppers, you know what I'm saying? And so you got to have everything ready to go. You can't just say, I got a solar generator, but okay, is that solar generator set up where you want to need it to be set up at? Some people talk about bugging out and all these things, but to each his own. Because when you bug out, where you're bugging out too, you have to have shelter. You have to be able to keep the rain and the winds off you and all these things. And so all I'm saying, country, is just like what you're saying, you have to have your team pre-built. pre-established. You know what I'm saying? Because that's important. Because when it's on, it's gonna be on. It ain't gonna be no time to talk about nothing. Ain't gonna be no time to be making no plans. All of that should have took place prior to. You know what I'm saying? Your situation is supposed to be turnkey. But go ahead, anybody.
Y'all got me lost.
I was saying,
Yeah, he
go
gonna. I got you. He gonna go back to the prepper side of it because that's his passion. That's his thing. But look, with regards to all of this, everybody doing bad, everybody doing worse, people getting distracted by, and you just gonna have those. You just gonna have people who will perpetually and forever be distracted because that's their sense of normalcy is kind of just aimlessly meandering about the world and being somewhat lost and not really fucking getting the gist of what's going on. And fuck them. Y'all, at least for me, if you got the tolerance and patience for that, and it's somebody you love or feel like it's worth it, ride with them, stick with them, let them fuck all your shit up if you got to. But for the rest of us, when I say and talk about and think about building community, it may still be a circumstance where we don't see each other physically, but let's say we got some kind of communication, even if the world gone to shit and the phone's still working.
Okay.
I don't know. Take Miss Native Cherokee for whatever reason. I don't think she need me. I think they mowed and got their shit together. But what if she just had a question? Or what if I, in the midst of chaos, is getting ready to head to VA or something? Having people that you know in different places, not so y'all can form a coup or go fight the government or no shit like that. So, like, hey, look, man, we 130 miles out. You got some water? Shit like that.
Right.
Everything gonna have to be some super deep, end of work. Just hell, breakdowns in society is enough. It ain't got to be a full-on apocalypse. You're gonna have enough people who never thought that shit can get as bad as it's probably gonna get. They gonna be enough of a hassle. Just having somebody that you could even verbally call or talk to and say, hey man, I just passed, look, I'm on 95 north. What you think about me staying in this little town right outside of Richmond or some shit like that? Like, some stuff is just, that's still community. That's still community.
Right.
Go ahead, fam.
I'm just
I
saying,
was just
right?
agreeing. I was just agreeing, saying what you're saying is right. Yeah,
we need each other.
I was thinking of it from a different aspect, and that's why it's important to, like you said, to have some conversation about it with your group, because what you was just saying is a whole totally different than how I was thinking, and what you're saying is right though. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Right, and that don't mean you were wrong. That means it's just a different perspective, a different approach to the same problem.
Exactly.
Like Mona said, we all need each other. We all need each other, and I think we gonna need each other more and more and more.
Right.
And I y'all, the world is the world. It's gonna be the world. It's getting worse.
It's designed for us to help one another. It's designed that way. And they distracting us by this separation thing, and we need to get past the separation thing and come together. We come together, we'll all be able to make it.
In America, it's designed that way. In America, they say when your child is like 18 or what you would consider your child to be an adult, they should move out and move on their own. But in other lands, they'll live at their house till their parents die, and they'll keep living there, and their kids will grow up there. And you know what I'm saying? So it depends on where you born at in the world. But America is like that. It's no real. They promote no no unity.
Unity.
In the family.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what they promote in America, but other countries don't. They'll promote. You know what I mean? Honor your parents and your grandparents to the day you die. And so it is
Right.
what it is. And just so happen in America, where we're at, this is what they're promoting. And this is the way of our world, because this is where we're at.
Yeah, that rugged individualism is gonna catch up with a whole bunch of people. Everybody needs somebody. We all
Yep.
need somebody in order to, and
We
not
need-
just to survive, but to potentially thrive. So
Right.
it is what it is, family. I really enjoyed and appreciated. Oh shit, it's only 5:39. I thought, damn, I was trying to take this shit to 6. I guess not. Ain't nobody else came up. Another prep add-on manual hand pump to the water system. Yeah, I mean shit, a manual hand pump. Look, it's so many good people out here with great ideas. Hey Sherry, what's going on, Sherry? Thank you for being in here. Mary, grow with me. You take it easy, young lady. Thank you for stopping in for as long as you could. Thank you for all the people who done shared the live out so far. I appreciate y'all. I wanted to go to 6. I'm about ready to wind down unless Mona or Byron
I'm
got
riding.
something to say.
I'm riding to when whenever you riding, man. If you riding the 6, I'm riding the 6. If you shutting it down, then I'm riding how you riding. I thank you. Let me say this, and this is a fact. Thank you for allowing me to come on your platform and kick it with y'all. And I appreciate that 100%. So I want to say that, and I want that to be known. You know,
anytime, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I want to say thank you for opening up my eyes to see some things, because I really don't watch the news, and what the news is putting out is not, like you say, they putting out that fake stuff and keeping us blind to what's really going on, to open up so we can see what's going on. And I appreciate you bringing it out so we can see some things.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you know what, Mona? I want to say thank you for loving me anyway, because a lot of people, especially when you get into the part of conversations with hey, no word, brother. No word. Thank you, VP. I appreciate you for being here, for stopping in, family. And
I want
probably
to say hi to VP. I want to say hi to VP. I follow him. So what's up, brother? I just wanted to say that. I thought that you said he was in the chat earlier, but it had went past me. I thought that you said that, but I want to say what's up to him. Him and his crew, the 4 Horsemen. I followed them, so you know.
Yeah. Good group of gentlemen over there, man. And VP is a good guy, really good guy, and they helped me a lot. I don't know how much help I've been to him, but we do I don't know, we do this thing for real. This whole prepping, preparedness, like it's a lifestyle, not just talking about it. It's a way you live, and I get it. Everybody don't want to be in the country. It's a whole bunch of folks who got way more shit than I got. They just do. They started sooner, they know more, they do this, but I got the things I know I can bring to the table, and vice versa. And even though it ain't in the news right now, oh, that's what I was finna say. For my sister Mona, I done known you for a couple years now. I know you enough to know you don't like you're not finna sit around and watch the motherfucking news. You just not finna do that. So I do it so you don't have to. And that's another way. Whenever you do come around to watching the news or hearing something, why it's so easy for them people to deceive or lie, because the same way they do with this Diddy shit or anything else, they'll make that such a big thing you almost can't not hear about it, but you never hear all the other shit that's going on.
Right.
I get it, fam. I do.
Yeah, because you missed the message for the mess. People like mess. So it's like, okay, they put it out there, but you don't see it because you're so busy looking at the mess, because they talk about the mess.
Right. Exactly. family, it's some shit going on in this world that should concern everybody. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. I don't give a fuck what side of the political aisle you on. I don't care what's in your bank account or what ain't in your bank account, whether you're rich, poor, anywhere in between. How many more times you got to see people go through some of the worst conditions a human can live through and still not get the help that they need by the people who's supposed to be there just for that purpose, which is to help us.
They busy trying to help somebody else.
Yeah, like they friends and they own pockets. They friends and they own pockets. And
that's the way of America. That's the way of America. America is built off of corruption. You know what I'm saying? It's like I really didn't follow. I still don't follow presidents and nothing like that. But when Obama came in, I guess because he was the first black president, I follow him a little bit more because he was black and it was like a surprising thing. But to come to find out, presidents only make about $4 million a year, right? And he was in term, I think 2 times. I'm not too for sure, but so he should have came out.
They make about $400,000 a year, less than $500,000 on the book. Okay. I mean, as far as paid by the treasury,
by the government, by their paycheck or whatever, their annual salary or whatever. So he came out $300 million strong, yo. That shit, I was so impressed. I'm like, how the hell he come out with $300 million? That's because everything's for sale. Everything's for sale. And so they don't give a damn. It's that the comedian Carlin something, I forgot his name, real good comedian.
George Carlin. He say it's a club and you're not in it. And that's a fact. They don't give a damn about us, man. It's all about them and how they playing. And the shelters and everything is built for who? For them. You know what I'm saying? And who getting all the money? Them. And when everything was shut down, who was still allowed to function? Them. And there you go. So, and that's worldwide. It ain't an American thing, a Chinese thing. They all in this together, and it's all part of the script. They're slowly but sure. I wanted to say this in reference to the jobs being lost. So the 106,000 Black women jobs being lost is systematic because not only are those jobs being lost, but they're closing down a lot of company, a lot of stores. And so you might have 500 employees over here. You might have another 1,500 employees, and all of that adds up. And they're doing it, and it's all systematically, but they're only speaking on a little bit of this and a little bit of that, so you really don't pay attention to everything. Hey, shalom, brother.
Hey, how y'all doing? I appreciate you for allowing me to come on your platform.
Sure.
Okay, what I'm a prepper, so I'm under the belief that we all going to have to get comfortable being uncomfortable. We are going to have to prepare for whatever we can prepare for, and it doesn't have to be expensive. We can take $20 a paycheck, get bags of rice, beans, some canned goods, just put it to the side, because the way it's looking is that it's going to get rough, and we ain't gonna be able to go to the store. We're gonna have to be able to defend what we have, and we are going to need a community. We are going to need each other, even though we don't know each other. Is that it's strength in numbers? So we are going to need to help each other. I mean, some people may be good in some areas, some not good in some areas, but we are going to need each other. And another thing, with they playing and pissing a lot of these white radicals off, they're going to fight the government. So I don't think we're going to have to worry about the government too much, because once they keep playing with their guns and trying to do certain things to them, they're going to want to fight. So we might not have to worry about that too much. But as far as us having just surviving and being uncomfortable, like we're going to have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. We're going to have to learn how to process water. We're going to have to learn how to hunt. We're going to have to learn how to just survive, man. And like I said, it's going to take It's going to take a bunch of us, man. You know, we all ain't gonna be able to do it on our own. We all gonna need to have each other's backs. We all over the world, but it's still we're gonna have to be community. We're gonna need people that's in the medical field that could, you know, if somebody get hurt, they're injured, they can help it out. But we all gonna need each other, and it's not looking good. That's all I can say, because he's giving the police, he's trying to give police immunity. He's trying to tell the DOJ to wipe out all the police files that's negative stuff on their files and get them immunity. And, you know, we can't just sit back and get slaughtered. You know, so I mean, because we already know what he's targeting. They ain't targeting certain groups. So, I mean, it's just, you know, we just have to look at it from a different view. And as far as how I see prepping, I see it the same way you got insurance. You got insurance in your vehicle just in case. We need to have something in the house just in case. You know what I'm saying? And
brother, I want to interject into what you're saying in reference to having the food and everything. You know, you also need a way to cook it, right? And
right.
The easiest way, I mean, this is for me what I found growing up. The easiest way is a kerosene heater.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's the easiest way, because in the summertime, you don't want to have a wood stove and put out too much heat. You'll cook everybody trying to cook some food. And so the easiest way is a kerosene heater, and because you can go to the gas station and get the kerosene by the gallon a lot cheaper, as if you're buying it by the gallon in a jug. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So that's important. I just wanted to throw that out there, being as though you mentioned the beans and rice, because that got to be cooked.
Yeah, see, the reason I say stuff like that, because it's really inexpensive, and you could get a bunch of rice and beans and canned goods from, you know, any store, and it's really inexpensive, because a lot of people seem to think it's very expensive to prep, and that's not the case. And also what I've learned is a lot of natural springs in certain states that people don't know about, that they can go fill some water up, man, and just throw it up just in case, man. And the worst you could do is flush the toilet to wash up with it. I mean, we got to just prepare for things like that, man, because it's not looking good, and who knows what they're doing to our food. You know, it's just like so many people we know. How many people? I mean, everybody knows somebody that's sick, man, for no reason, just got sick. Where's that stuff coming from, man? It's the food.
Well, that's a part of it, bro. And I just want to address a couple of the points that you made real quick. You know, man, honestly, I wish my girl Swoop was off in here, because Swoop made a good point a while back that we had a discussion about that. Hey, Bebrin, hey, mute up for me if you can, bro. Where you not talking, you got some background noise. There you go. By the way, it's a pleasure to have you on SP Prep. I'm new to you, but thank you for being here. That. Yeah, just off the bullshit. I did one of my last lives was about some dumb shit, kind of similar to what I'm talking about now. I spend a lot of time. I spend time here and on TikTok, and it almost make me want to. The shit damn near make me want to drink bleach when I hear motherfuckers who ain't never dropped nothing in their life talking about how they finna barter antelopes and shit. Nigga, you ain't never shot nothing in your fucking life, man. You can't even wrap your mind around field dressing something. And the silliness of some of the conversations I'm hearing, the shit is absurd. Right. And while I encourage people to have a thought process, have an idea, have something in mind, of course, obviously play out scenarios.
Right.
I think this shows how serious it is, because I'm hearing people who are Johnny come latelys to the whole concept of prepping, and somehow they John Wick in their head. That shit dangerous. That shit dangerous, bro. But with that being said, man, like you said, prepping is inexpensive. Living a preparedness lifestyle until you get into all the little gadgets and the this and the that. It don't have to be that complicated, man.
Right.
Something to eat to make a turd. Something to wipe your ass with after you done ate.
Mm-hmm.
Something to cook the shit with in the first place. Shelter, clothing, and defense. And after that, those the most basic fundamentals of what it means to. And I feel advantage being in a rural area, But the more people bring their ass to Texas and then don't like the big Texas cities, they want to venture off into the country, and then these bastards is still bored. So now it's all kinds of little, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to call them weirdos and shit, but you don't see too many skateboarders down my way. And now all of a sudden it's just people randomly popping up. It's like that. But I'm glad that happens because it gives me an idea of like when people, if and when, well, I'm gonna say when people start fleeing the cities, you know where they coming?
Here.
Right.
So I just want to throw that out there. But go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, and I went camping last weekend, right? And surprising to me, it was a bunch of older women. It was a 68-year-old woman out there practicing her preps, you know, and I think that's good because people see what's going on, and everybody's not taking this as, you know, there's always going to be something at the store. You know, people and you don't really have to panic with it. It's just preparing. That's all it is. It ain't going crazy. Right. Like for me, I prefer LED lights that you can charge over batteries.
Yes.
Hell
you know,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about batteries. Right. I'm saying people could do both, but for me, it's more expensive. I mean, it's less expensive for me to take my portable charger that I charge my phone with and plug it in and charge my headlamp or another light, opposed to have to worry about batteries all the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how I live. You'd be surprised how I live over here.
Mm-hmm.
Look, I got a subscriber because I was telling her what I do over here. My electricity is free at night.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got to pay for it during the day. So during the day, you know, there's from 6 to 9 certain time of the year, it's dark, right?
Right.
Yep.
So them batteries was getting kind of expensive. So now I'm able, at night, I charge up everything.
Right.
Oh, look, I'm over here trying to show you something, and look. Hold on. This thing right here.
Come on, man. Yeah. Yeah.
Look. Okay, look, this thing right here.
Right.
I can't show you all the other ones I got. I got those the ones with batteries is the motion lights. That's what I started with the motion lights. You put the 4 batteries in there, you go in the room, it lights up.
Right.
Yep.
I live like that. So when the power goes out, everybody
you already ready.
I'm like, baby, this how I live. What you tripping about? It's already, if you live that way, so when disaster do happen, it's nothing because it's like I live like this is how I live already.
Right.
So it's not like I need light. I don't need the TV because I really don't watch it. I'm about ready to get rid of my TVs now because I really don't watch TV. I'm like,
right.
Okay, so I done got rid of cable.
Mm-hmm.
That's some more money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like you say, them LED lights that you can charge up. Matter of fact, I don't even have it by, but they got LED fans.
Right.
So you can stay cool. So when the power go out, you don't be sitting up here burning up because it's hot here in Texas.
Them USB fans, yep. I got a bunch of them, yep. Yeah.
Hey, especially the one that blow out the mist. You put some ice in there and blow out that cool mist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, that runs for 2 hours. So, you know, you still got to have your backup batteries for the fans that run by battery.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it's out now. The only thing that I haven't figured out is the LED heaters.
Well, heaters.
I would say diesel. Go ahead, brother.
For heaters, it depends on the way you live. Because for me in North Carolina, I can get away with. I have USB heating blankets. They're like small, but you plug them in a little charger, and you'll feel warm in it. And also that buddy heater, propane. You know, propane isn't that expensive, and it lasts a little bit longer. That seems to work good for me in the wintertime as well. And there's 12-volt blankets that you can plug in your car socket.
What?
Yeah, they got 12-volt blankets. If you Google them, you plug
And
them
you
in.
can charge it up, and
No,
it'll.
it won't charge. You just plug it in like the 12-volt thing in your car or in a generator, a portable generator, and you'll
Yeah.
get warmth off of that. And it
Yeah.
lasts all night because they don't pull but about
Lights,
15, 20
rechargeable
watts.
batteries everywhere here. See, that's what I'm talking about. See,
That's
I
that shit.
finally broke down, and I'm still paying for it. But I went on and bought me a generator, and I didn't know what I was doing. I bought one, and they said I bought a good one because I could fire up the whole house.
Okay.
Oh, you got one of the big boys. You got one of them big boys. Mona, you gonna have to message me and tell me what it is, because
See, those are good, right? But if something does go bad and your house is the only house that generator noise is coming from,
Everybody gonna know I got it.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
That part.
I didn't even ask if it was gas. I was thinking it might be something.
It's gas. It's gas. It's
Hey,
gas,
break the
and
song.
it has a battery on it as well.
Yeah, if you look at my channel, you'll see a lot of stuff that I got on my channel because I try to help people, man. And it's difficult because some people think that you're nuts and all that, but no, I mean I tell them I prep the same way you got car insurance, the same way I'm prepping my insurance in case something goes wrong. That's it.
Right.
It.
Absolutely.
That's it. I mean, I've been through several hurricanes.
Mhm.
I'm from Ohio. I don't know nothing about no hurricane. Look, they had a freeze here, and it just knocked out the power. The grid couldn't hold the freeze.
Right.
So, but people, it was crazy how people were dying and stuff around here, not knowing how to keep warm. And all I did was made a fort in my bed, and I got caught up in that. I almost had to come from up under there but I knew how to make a fort. Take all them covers and put it over the bed, have something to hold. Look, get your laptop. Look, I had my laptop and my phone going up in there because everything was charged up. I was warm.
Right. And that's a good thing, Mo. And I would say something is better than nothing, but then that's where defense come in. And the fact that you said it got a battery, peak day when it's at its loudest, the other people running they shit, that's when I would run mine. And when it get dark, shit, blackout windows, trash bags, whatever.
Right, there you go. Right.
Yeah, and make it through and just run off that battery. You got all the other shit you got, so you gonna be good.
I ain't gonna need it that night anyway, but the fan.
Well, and let me welcome in my sister, Urban Gardening Chronicles. I was trying to get the hell out of here. So now I'm blaming shit on you, Mona, and SP Prepper. Both y'all asses the reason. I'm blaming you too.
Hey, whenever y'all ready, I'm ready to go too, man. I apologize. I just wanted I really appreciate you allowing me on your platform, man. And yeah, man, like you said, it's going to take a community of us because and it's crazy that we just can't find the balance to stick together. So many people, got so many different mind frames and thinking of so many different things they want to, impress women and all that. No, you ain't gonna be able to impress nobody. You got to swear about survival, self-preservation first.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm going back to fundamentals with this shit. More numbers would be great, but two things that used to gas us up in football and in the military.
Mm-hmm.
We all we got, we all we need.
Right.
We all we need. It don't matter if it's 50. I would rather have 50 people who fucking get it versus 5,000, and I gotta try and influence 3/4 of them. Fuck
right, yeah, I understand.
Go do your own shit. But now y'all got me put this shit right here.
Yeah,
for what?
I got one of those.
Hey, baby.
Yeah.
With
Mine
that
red.
I'm on a Zoom call.
And then
give me like 15 minutes. All right,
right here, you got that solar action.
Yeah.
With the light. I'm sorry, y'all, it's bright.
Yeah.
With the light on the back, you got that shit right there.
It's close.
You got good, Mo. Good. And I'm gonna tell you why in a minute. Because it's got the AM, FM. It's got all that other shit that whatever. Y'all get it. The reason why these are so important to me and why I'm it's a big deal is because even though I don't put all the blame on one administration, I got a little, I got my little Retsy, right? Just round
Okay.
round the land shit. But that's just round the land. But this the good thing about it.
4.5 game lead over Boston in the East.
Oh,
Okay.
It's got the FM on it, right?
Yeah.
The reason that AM and FM is getting important to me because I ain't even gonna pull out the bow thing, right? So before you get in the ham radios and all of this shit, unfortunately, the current administration. Did I speak to Urban Gardener Chronicles? My
Yes, you
sister,
did.
welcome in.
You did.
Okay, welcome in, Urban. I see her speaking to other people. Is because the current administration is they play because of funding, whatever the fuck going on. NOAA ain't been working the way it's supposed to. I rely heavily on NOAA living in East Texas with all of this inclement weather. Tornadoes can pop up out of the fucking blue. If the power go out, if shit is all whatever, I'm turning on generators and I'm turning on my bow thing so I can get whatever's going on in different areas, right?
right.
Right.
We've been down off and on like 3 times over the past week. The last time, matter of fact, I was talking to VP about that vision preparedness, and Corpus Christi was down, and far north Texas, damn near up in Oklahoma, was down. My area was good at the time, but if you go back and look at when it's been down, man, that shit ain't cool. NOAA is something that I feel like should always be there for everybody all the time because it's that important.
Right.
Baby, we're going to have to go back to relying on AM, like terrestrial radio.
Right.
Yep. So y'all keep that in mind, man.
Yeah, see,
Yep, that's why we bought me a CD player.
what got me into prepping is we had about 5 years ago, we had a bad storm here and the power was out for 4 days. I couldn't cook nothing. The ATM machines was out. It was miserable, man. And I said, never again, man. And, you know, it's crazy when you're in a situation and you got to go through your change jar trying to get stuff because you can't get the money out of the bank, man. I felt bad. And I said, never again, man. That was the turn of everything to me.
Yeah. See, we live like that in Texas. What y'all was going through, we go through that every year. Year.
Yeah, Bebrin, is you still here? I wasn't saying be quiet for forever. I was just asking you to read up. Why you ain't said shit since.
I thought you was getting the feedback from my channel, so I didn't want to.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it was just at that moment. I've been wondering. I thought you went to go take a piss or something. I've been waiting for you to come back.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'm just listening, man. You know what I'm saying? But what y'all saying is correct, and that's why we all in the prepper community because of the fact that we all can see what's coming.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody don't have the eye to see it, and not only you got a lot of people that can see it and refuse to prepare for it. So,
right.
It is what it is, man. And everybody's going to reap what they sow. This is a universal law, and no matter who you are, no matter where you at on the planet, this is universal. You're going to reap what you sow.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So once again, I appreciate y'all letting me on, man. I'm going to just listen in, man. You know, thanks again, let me in. But yeah, man, stay prepared, man, and be comfortable being uncomfortable. Peace.
Yeah, brother. I just want to say this to you one more time. The important, you gotta with the rice and beans has to be cooked. So you have to have a pre-way to cook that when everything goes down. I
use propane stoves. I got kerosene heaters and I got propane stoves.
Okay. Yeah.
And also Google in your area because it's natural springs where you can go get free water. So you ain't got to worry about getting that stuff, whatever they got in the waters at the stores. They talk about microplastics and all this other stuff. So just to get y'all heads up, y'all be good, man.
All right, bro. Connect with me so I can follow you back. Appreciate you. Off Grid Trucker, what's going on, family? It's been a grip. It's been a minute.
Wow.
I know. Good to see you. Good to see you. I ain't gonna be on here much longer myself as more people start coming back in yet again.
Every time you want to get off here from somebody.
Every time, Mona. Every time. Jason said we lost power in Washington State for a whole month and nobody cared. For one, I believe him, and for two, that's what your ass get for being a fucking Marine. I don't nobody care about Marines, man.
Oh my word! You didn't do that.
I did. I think if he had been in any other branch, somebody would have cared. But y'all motherfuckers, it's like,
They
they'll
say
be
they
all
can
right.
live without power.
Exactly. They their own power. All they need is a box of crayons and a little bit of guidance.
Oh wow, a box of crayons. Not chocolate, but some crayons.
No, I'm bullshitting. I love my Marines, man. I love my not fellows, but I love my Marines. Who? Yes, indeed. Not hoorah. We're on hoorah over here. I might give a hoorah every now and again, like once or twice a year. See, damn it, Mona, look at this shit. Now you got him. Damn it. But y'all, this has been a great live. I'm not gonna lie and say when I'm gonna be back or when I'm gonna come on. I will say I'm gonna be more consistent, which I've been doing. I've been doing my best at being more consistent. But man, I really do appreciate everybody coming through, hollering at us, checking us out. I'm not trying to be, I'm finna quit. I'm not apologizing for how I am or how I talk. This YouTube shit is some bullshit. It's a whole bunch of real people and it's a whole bunch of fake people. It's a whole bunch of bullshit in between. It's a lot of people who more or less want you to kiss their ass. You can't never disagree with them. It's all kinds of shit. So what you see is what you get. Whenever I'm on, whenever I come on, that's just what the fuck it is, man.
Yeah.
If I offend you, if my language is whatever, it is what it is. That's a you problem, not a me problem, because it's a gajillion fucking lives out there right now. So if you don't like how I talk or the way I move, I don't give a fuck about no endorsements or deals or nothing like that, because them bitches ain't gave me shit no way. It's literally been from the people who support the hell, Miss Native Cherokee. Hell, what Jay Mill was 27 months and Miss Cherokee like 30 gajillion months and shit. Jason and Shanna, it's the people who, even though I haven't been giving y'all what y'all deserve from me, y'all still rock with me, still support me, still show love, still everything. I can't. I mean, I look, I gotta do better. But I don't apologize for getting on here speaking the fucking truth. I'm not finna tiptoe around shit and worry about which word and this and that. Do I want to lose my channel? No. But am I still gonna tell the fucking truth and have difficult conversations?
Yep.
Goddamn right. So if I ain't too much for you, you ain't too much for me, and we're gonna keep it popping, man. I know. Go ahead, Mom. Go ahead. I'm gonna give.
I love you, dude.
I give you the last words. Y'all go ahead.
I love you, dude. And you keep being you, because if you're not being you, you ain't gonna be you.
Absolutely. I love you too, my sister. I really do. I appreciate you, and we'll talk. We'll talk.
I hope so. Last time we didn't get to talk.
Not for long. Y'all were too dominoes and everybody was busy and this and that. And yada. I got you, baby. I got you. Bebrin, go ahead, family. I want to give you a chance to tap in too.
Yeah. So anyway, I want to say too, this is my first time ever coming on your channel and first time ever meeting both of y'all. And I want to say too, even though I just meeting y'all, I love y'all too from a godly standpoint, because that's how I roll in life. I love everybody from a godly standpoint. Even if I don't like you, I just love you, but
love
from
you
afar.
anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, keep it moving on you. So I just want to say that. But yeah, it's life is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because even though the topic started out about the lady who said everybody should move and all of this, life is crazy because she got on social media and she's talking this, but she's not telling the whole story. And so when people get her story, they say, oh, this lady, she's going too far, or I don't like what she's saying, and she's telling people, and people going to listen. But people got the right to listen. That's a God-given attribute. You can either listen or not listen. You know what I mean? Is God gives that will. So if God gives that freedom, then who is the next person to say, oh no, they should do it this way or do it that way? And that's all I wanted to say. Life is crazy because, you know what I'm saying? You get caught up in it, man. My father used to always say this to me. My father, he passed away. My father used to always say this to me. Yeah, I'm going to say this real quick. My father used to say, son, there's only one way out of life, and that's death. And until you die, whatever you're going through, you're going to have to endure it because you're in life. And there's only one way out, and that's death. And, you know, being a young boy, when he used to say that to me, I really couldn't comprehend it, but I firmly comprehend it now. So that's all I wanted to say. And most importantly, thank you for allowing me to come on, brother.
All right, man, you more than welcome. It's been a pleasure getting to meet you, speak with you, converse. And again, look, I'm different in that regard. As long as I can see you back there and you acknowledge me and I acknowledge you, we can differ in opinion, we can differ in this and that. As long as you ain't on no bullshit, we all grown, baby. We can respectfully agree to disagree, but wipe your feet out before you come in my motherfucking house. We all gonna be good. It's too
That's
easy.
right.
Everybody grown. So
That's right.
anybody can come in. If you whatever you want to say. If I send out the invite, bring your ass up here. Let's talk about it. But I appreciate you. I appreciate my sister sifting some soil. If you ain't never got nothing real pretty to put on your head or around your neck or something, and you ain't never went over to sifting some soil and mow and seen what she do over there, you know how you envious. You know, you ever seen a motherfucker draw real good, and you be like, "Damn, boy, how you just drew Goku, or you just drew a giraffe or some shit." That's how she is with them little needles. She be sitting out looking at shit and like she just is like
You do
she just
yarning? You do yarning? You be
I
yarning?
crochet.
we crochet.
That's the
Yeah.
word I'm looking for. Crochet.
Yes.
Yeah, my ex does that. She
My
crochets.
man said yarning. He said
He said yarning. Yeah, I be yarning.
Yeah, because I couldn't think of it. Yeah. My bad. But my ex.
Over there playing and then mess around and made myself yarn. Ain't that something?
yeah, and made yourself yarn. Hey, we finna get off of here before we all start yarning. I appreciate y'all. It's been a great live, family. Y'all take care. Until the next time we talk, until the next time, I'm gonna see some of y'all sooner than I see some of y'all others. But until the next time, oh, and my sister Urban, I'm gonna look out for you over the weekend. Try to catch up with you and whatnot. Man, if y'all don't do shit else, keep your head on the swivel, enjoy life. And if nothing else, baby, at all, whatever, however, y'all keep that shit trill. And we'll holler.